The following program is hosted by immature, irreverent, obnoxious, and often disgusting young men. Listener discretion is advised.
This time on Nude Clan, someone didn't beat something. So we're going to do Gamescom 2019 predictions.
Shall we play a game?
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Nude Clan. And today we're going to be doing some Gamescom 2019 predictions. As we all know, Sony didn't go to E3 this year, so their performance is going to be at Gamescom. We'll see what they have to offer there. We're going to do some predictions on some of the bigger companies, Capcom, shit like that. Just kind of talk about what we want to see, and we'll see how correct we are. I think it's like 8 days away is what I was reading.
Well, it's on the 19th, right?
Yeah.
And it's the 11th now, so 8 days, yeah?
Yeah, 8 days out.
So just over a week.
That is just over a week. So, what happened, man? We were supposed to do, Mass Effect. Was the effect not massive for you? Or
No, it was not massive. I played
Min effect.
I got to play like an hour of it this week. My entire fucking week was filled with moving. So that was fun.
Where did you move to?
Spanish Fork. You'll like it. I live right next to a golf course. It's literally right next to me.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Is it Spanish Oaks?
Do you?
I have no idea what it's called.
Do you golf, Craig?
I do not. I don't
Then
even
how's
have
that a
clubs.
bonus?
I was just saying it's for Schweiss.
Then I can almost hang out with Craig.
Yeah, he can almost. He can hang out.
Yeah, almost hang out with Craig
it's-
because you'll be at the golf course and he'll be at home.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it'll be hangout adjacent.
Exactly, yeah. I'll adjacently be in Spanish Fork with Craig, but not actually hanging out with Craig. I'll be golfing. Well, shit, man, that sucks. So I guess we'll have to do it next week.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a super long game. So
No, it's not. I only have like roughly 10 hours left, so I should be able to get it done.
All right, well, hopefully next week we'll do Mass Effect, and then we'll move on to other shit. But
Do we have a vote at all today?
yeah, we should do a vote, yeah. Cameron and I are going to do another game after we do our next game.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So we're going to cover one of those. But yeah, we should have a vote at the tail end of the episode. We'll have a vote, and we'll also have a drawing.
Yeah,
for the
we need
month
to do that.
of July. Yeah, we got paid, so it's time to give some shit away. Lots of great games to give away. So if you don't support us on Patreon already, please do. Well, every dollar gives you one entry into our monthly drawing. I guess we can do the rest of the plugs. So, check out our Twitters, the tweets for the show. Direct those to @NudeClanPodcast. You can tweet us individually at UFF Podcast for myself.
At Obsidian Bar for me.
And me at Nude Clan Cam.
You can go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/NudeClan Gaming. It's nude spelled NEWD, because Facebook is fucking stupid. NudeClan.net. You can go there. You can support us through Patreon. There's a link there. You can give us some dough on PayPal.
We have a Discord channel that people are starting to use for chats now.
Yeah. Join the Discord if you're interested. Just ask us on any of the multitude of multitile, yeah, multiple locations in which you can talk to us, like PSN and the chat and all that shit. And we'll get you hooked up with the Discord. It's a lot of fun in there.
Yeah.
And we've had a lot of good opportunities to play games with each other and talk over Discord instead of PSN or whatever. Yeah, nudeclan.net. It's the website. audibletrial.com/nudeclan.
That's right.
That's where you can find everything and so much more in this life. Craig, we know you didn't beat Mass Effect, but what did you play this week? I assume you played Mass Effect.
Just the hour of Mass Effect, yeah.
Is that really all you played?
Yeah, that's literally all I played, yes.
Literally?
Literally. Well, I guess I played some Duel Links on my phone, but other than that, yeah.
What, Duel Links? Is that the fucking Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yeah,
Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links.
Yeah, it's the Yu-Gi-Oh game on the phone.
Okay. All right, I guess we'll talk to Cameron then. Cameron, what about you? Is your week any more interesting than Craig's?
Well, this week I played a little bit of Mass Effect 2.
Oh, you started it?
Yeah.
How you liking it so far?
It's okay. I feel like my choices matter more, like a lot more.
Does it hurt you moving on to 2 and then not having infinite ammo?
Oh, I mean, it's the ammo is infinite, but it's the heat sinks that's not infinite. And the way they explain it's
yeah,
stupid.
but you have to like get new ammo in the
heat
fucking
sinks. Yeah.
yeah.
It's weird way to explain because the ammo is infinite, but to dissipate the heat in the gun is not.
It bugs the crap out of me.
The controls are different. Kind of bugs me. I kind of miss the
sniping is much better though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, sniping
but
in
not
one
as
is
powerful.
horrifying.
You can actually do it in 2.
Yeah, it's physically possible.
I hate that. Yeah, they do limit the ammo, but they don't give you enough ammo for certain guns. They straight up don't.
Yeah, you have to like level up your skill with that gun to make it remotely better, and you have to get the good shit for it and better guns.
The good shit. I played a couple rounds on that Hunt Showdown.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
How was that?
It was fun. I was playing their quick play mode, which is basically it just drops you into the map with a group of hunters. Instead of trying to hunt down the bounty, you're trying to purify yourself, and it gives you a free hunter to play the game mode with, and it gives you a random starting loadout, and you can find different guns throughout the map. And if you actually purify yourself and leave the map, it lets you keep that hunter for the other game modes, and any weapons and items you pull out of the game, pull out of that mode, lets you keep it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. It's a way to find new hunters without having to pay for them, and some weapons and ammo and stuff like that. So that's cool. We still need to play that.
Yeah, I bought it last week, I think, or the week before. One of those.
I'll check to see if my computer can even run it.
I would be surprised if it can.
If it can?
Yeah. It seems pretty, it looks
demanding.
like it's, yeah, it looks pretty decent. So.
It doesn't look like it's demanding. I mean, it has lower qualifications than you think to run it.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe Craig could do it.
But other than that, haven't been playing too much because
I saw you were playing, not this week, I think, but I saw you were playing Witcher 3 on the PC. Did you, get the graphics mods for that
Sure
shit?
did.
How's it look?
looks pretty decent. So the main thing I ran was a retexturing mod to bring 4K textures to the game.
Mm-hmm.
I would say the overall effect is drastic, but minute details are definitely better. I'm thinking about adding in the graphic setting mod to allow you to even increase the graphic settings. So all that really does is increase the draw distance. And so I just feel like that adds too much strain on the hardware and very little payoff. Just so you could look in the distance and see things further away. It doesn't make sense to me. So I didn't install that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, HD mods. They're fun.
Yeah, I saw some pretty great pictures from that where it was freaking out. The game is like...
Apparently there was a bug because I installed the Better Face mod.
A Better Face mod?
And it didn't like the texture mod, I think.
Yeah, maybe.
And whenever I had that on with the texture mod...
It was too much for it.
It would fuck up the faces. You should pull up your Steam chat so Craig could see.
All right.
Would you send him some pictures of it?
Just one when he asked me.
Cool. Anything else, Cameron?
No. Eventful stuff happened this week, so I wasn't able to put in too much gaming time.
All right. Well, I played a ton of Final Fantasy Explorers on Sunday. And on like Tuesday and Thursday. And Joe and I are pretty far in that game already. We have to do like quest levels 1 through 5. And I think we're into level 4's quests. So like we're in the last chunk of the necessary play for this
Nice.
game. Do you have it, Craig?
Do I have Explorers? Yeah.
Yeah. You should play it then. I don't know why you're not playing it with us.
Well, I can't right now. I don't have internet
Why not?
because the
Why
place
wasn't-
doesn't have internet.
Why
yet.
wasn't internet your first thing, Craig?
Because we moved in yesterday, and I guess our internet is through the city. And Spanish Fork has what is it? The fiber. So I'll probably have better internet now.
Oh, nice.
But we have to wait till Monday to set it up.
So your internet might be better than mine, even.
Depends on what bandwidth you still get, but yeah.
Yeah. So that's okay. All right. Let's see, Explorers, and then I played a shitload of Resident Evil Outbreak, dude. Like
Yeah, I know.
all week. Lots of Outbreak. I played it on the PS2. I played it on the emulator for the PC that I downloaded illegally, of course. There's online. There's a community that still plays this fucking dinosaur.
When you played it, was it at 3/4 speed?
No, it was actually back to normal. Thankfully, I haven't done File 2 yet though. But File 2 was very slow. It's just like Biohazard, and the sound's all fucked up too. And so I press start. It's like Outbreak File 2.
To be
And then
honest,
it
it
loads
sounds
it in.
fucking awesome, though.
Yeah, it's so fucking ridiculous.
The playback speed might be off somehow.
Yeah, something's fucked up with the second game. The first game runs just fine. And it's awesome playing online with people, especially when you get the scenario down.
Did you get
know.
the speed better?
Yeah.
Okay,
on
good.
Outbreak 1, it's fine.
Okay.
And I played online last night for like 3 or 4 hours just doing scenarios. We got into a full party, because it was us, me and Kent were playing, my buddy Kent from work, and then like 2 other people joined us. And we got one of the scenarios done in like 12 minutes or something sick.
Yeah.
Because, everyone knew where to go, so you would just like go do your separate tasks to work towards the, escape route.
Right.
And we all just descended on the final area, and we just fucking beat it in like no time at all. It's really cool. And I know a lot about that game, so it's awesome being able to like put that to use online cooperatively with other people. It's a blast, and I'm gonna play through the scenarios all the way. I fucking got to the level 4, which is Hellfire in the game, because I'm playing it on my PS2, like in my spare time by myself, because the PS2 just runs better. I don't have to worry about my PS4 controller like getting disconnected from the computer or any bullshit like that, and it's less laggy on the PS2. So I just decided I'm going to play it on there for the actual campaign, and then the online function I'm going to do with the guys on the PC, because that's the only way you can do it. And I got stuck on the 4th scenario. I played it for an hour and a half, and I didn't beat it, and I just died of infection rate. Like I just died and became a zombie, essentially. And I now remember how to get through it, so I'm going to go through and beat that game again, but I didn't quite finish it this week. And then I played Uncharted Drake's Fortune. I think I'm on chapter 7 or so in that, so I feel like I'm almost halfway. But I don't know. I'm not sure how many
There's,
chapters there are.
There's generally like at least 20, I think.
Oh, okay. So I'm not quite halfway.
Let me double check, because I'm pretty sure the second one has like 26.
So I am working on that. I'm playing it on the hardest difficulty, though, to get all the trophies.
It's such a horrible idea.
And it's really tough. It's like a bitch, dude.
Yeah, I could have told you that.
Well, you did, and then I just don't listen to you. So,
Yeah.
so that game will be done on time, and I'll
Well,
have
as
to-
soon as you let me have the copy.
Yeah, yeah. Are
There's
you...
22 chapters in the first one,
Shit. Okay.
so you're not quite halfway yet.
I mean, Cameron, if I gave it to you today, would you play it this week?
I mean, if it's the next game to play, why can you not play it this week? Because if you're already playing it, you might as well just finish it.
I mean, I am, but I don't know where I'm going to be as far as like the Final Fantasy games and stuff like that. Like, I
Plus,
could
he's
play,
playing it on the hardest difficulty, so it's going to take him extra time.
Well,
so I might
just
might be
focus
better
on
to
playing
just-
it.
But I don't know if I'll do that though, because like today, the rest of today when we're done, I'm going to play Final Fantasy Explorers with Joe like all day, and after that, maybe I could do that game. Maybe I'll do something else. I don't know. We'll talk about it though
Okay.
after the show, and I'll decide. But we will have it done on time, and we will offer a copy up. I guess I don't think we should get rid of the copy that was sent to us yet because it's the first 3 games, and we should probably play all of them. But we will have a copy of the first Uncharted or the trilogy for PS4 because it's probably super cheap.
yeah, I think it's only like $20.
Yeah, but I want to play through all of them before I give it away because it's like a big PlayStation staple, and I've never played them. So, yeah, I played a bit of that, a lot of that, not a lot of payoff because I was getting fucking pounded. But it is kind of fun checkpoint scumming some of the kills for the weapons. It's really easy to do because
Yeah,
the game will kill you.
That is the best way to do it.
Yeah. But I'll have to redo some of the levels for some of the time trophies and shit like that after I beat it, and I'll do those levels on easy.
Is there a bullshit trophy for? There's 1 and 2 that makes it so you have to like shoot a dude a bunch of times and then kill him with a single punch.
Yeah, there is one that's that way. It's
Yeah,
like,
it's fucking. I hated that trophy. But
Yeah.
I did it.
yeah, it's tough because you kill them like they just die instead of being wounded. So I'm gonna have to find out a good way to just maim them and then
I think-
finish them off.
So on normal, I think it was like 3 or 4 shots and to the body, and then punch him.
Oh, okay.
At least it was in the second one. It's probably going to be like about the same in the first one, though. But you're
Okay.
playing it on crushing, so it's probably going to be a little more.
Yeah, I'll have to shoot them like 12 times in the face, and then I'll punch them once, and they'll die. It's
Do they really absorb more damage, or do you just take more?
no, I just take it like a bitch, dude. I get hit like 3
I
times.
think they
and I'm
take
dead.
a little bit more, and you take like it takes nothing to kill you.
But just remember, when you start it, the handgun is the ultimate weapon because it has like endless range and a lot of rounds.
all the guns have endless range.
Yeah, the shotgun's kind of shitty.
Well, I mean, the spread obviously is going to be lessening the
I don't
damage.
know. Fucking Medal of Honor for years. The shotguns in those games don't make any sense. It's like 30 yards and you're just fucking wiping the floor.
Well, it could be slugs.
Yeah. I don't know about that. I don't know if it was, but because like you think of like a military game, like why would you have a shotgun with slugs? Why not just use a rifle, like a carbine, and then have the shotgun that you whip out and you clear rooms with, that has actual like shot in it. But hey, fucking whatever. What do I know? I'm not in the military or a game developer, so nothing is the answer. But it just seems like maybe not have a fucking close range house sweeping weapon with a slug, a single shot slug. If you miss, it's over.
The fucking what was it? It was like the Spaz 12 with a fucking silencer and OG Black Ops.
Yeah.
It was just fucking broke as shit.
Yeah.
That fucking sound. It's the sound of your asshole
Thing
clenching
had
close.
so many
No.
fucking shots, and like it was so focused and had so much range that. Oh,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. Fuck shotguns in Call of Duty. It's so ridiculous. But I told myself, Craig, I said, look, if I can beat Call of Duty Classic on Veteran, I can beat this game on Crushing.
I mean, yeah, you can, but it's just a mistake.
If I can do that and Medal of Honor on Hard, I can do anything in this world, Craig. Except for Dissidia Online. That I can't do.
Yeah.
But anything else, I can. For everything else, there's a way.
There's MasterCard.
That's right. Yeah, there's MasterCard. Show brought to you by MasterCard today, by the way. Not really, though, sadly. They talked to us about it, and I declined. I said, Nude Clan doesn't get ads. The closest thing to an ad we'll have is when we blow Audible, but that's coming straight from the heart. So,
We blow Audible with the heart.
Could I blow it with my heart? Yep. Fuck. So that was it for me this week. Guys, we know what we've been playing. The real question, the only question that matters, anybody beat a game this week?
Nope.
Did I already say I beat Mass Effect last week?
I think so, yeah.
Because I did beat it last week.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think you did report it last week. So none for you then as well.
Right.
Sadly, none from me. I was gonna have Outbreak done. I was really gonna do it, and then I fucking spent like an hour and a half in the second to last level, and I was like, dude, I can't fucking do this again. So I didn't beat it.
Did you import your save from the first game to Mass Effect 2?
Oh, Cameron, you totally didn't report it last week. So hey, look at that. Good job, buddy.
Or did he report it and you just forgot to put it down?
That could have happened as well. I don't know. I feel like congratulating Cameron on his hard work is something, though. Especially when Craig over here has got like 7 optional games beat and not his real one. Rise, Son of Rome, Craig, really? Come on. You had time to play Rise, Son of Rome, but not Mass Effect?
I played that fucking weeks ago. Months ago, even.
Doesn't matter, Craig. We've already talked about how time works to you on the show.
You know, it's funny.
Keep bringing it up.
They were selling Hunt Showdown in a bundle with Rise for $3 for both games.
Yeah. You got it, didn't you?
Yeah.
Rise looks really good graphically.
It looks good.
It'll look really great on that computer of yours.
It looks good.
Yeah, that's about all you could say. It's like a shitty rip-off of every
It was
movie that's
okay.
like that.
It should not have come out as a $60 game. I can tell you that. It has online. I guess you can play in like a gladiatorial thing, but
overall, it's a terrible game.
think Order 1886.
Microsoft's version.
It's Xbox's equivalent.
Yeah, no substance.
Well, I'll get to play that on the PC, so
all glam.
I'll get to enjoy the ultra graphic settings.
It's like 6 hours. It's not long.
Yeah, there you go, Cameron. There you go. And Hunt Showdown doesn't really have an ending.
No, it's just another version of the Battle Royale, but I think a version we'd appreciate.
I think we could still review it, though. We'll just have to determine a
You have to get full
point.
blood rank.
Yeah, something. We'll find
Full
something.
blood. One hunter. You have to get one hunter all the way up. No. Okay, you have to get one hunter to retirement. How about that? Or full blood rank, whichever comes first. Because hunters die if they.
Yeah, you told me that.
And
yeah.
so you have to start over with the new hunter. But if they get to full rank, I mean, if they get to rank 25, you can retire them, but you could take them all the way up to full rank, and then you win.
So it's like you get more pension if you go later.
What happens if you retire him?
He just leaves. He doesn't die. I don't know.
So really, it's the same. He just takes off either way. He's either taking off.
You get like
into
the satisfaction of like getting a character complete.
Maybe it's worth a whole bunch of XP or something.
You get the satisfaction of
I
being
haven't
able
ever
to
seen
hog.
Do you have a player level like outside?
Yeah, that's your blood level.
Oh, okay.
You get the satisfaction.
And
of hogging
actually,
the game.
that game was actually kinder than I thought because it won't let your hunters perma-die until you reach your own player level 16.
So it gives you like a learning curve
Yeah.
before like it starts to fuck you.
Yeah.
Nice. Dude, I was totally ready to play that game, Cameron, and then you weren't there, and then I slept for like I think we both took a huge nap.
Yeah.
Last Sunday
I was
after the
tired.
podcasts. So like, I think that's the only thing that really stopped us.
What time do you have to go to work today?
Oh, I don't work tonight, but I'm probably gonna play Final Fantasy all night. I know. Tomorrow I work at 7:30, so I can maybe play before I go, after you get home.
Okay.
Still get home at like 3, right?
Yeah, 3:30, 4 o'clock.
There you go. There you go, man. Yeah. That's how it is. Nude Clan Hog for the hosts is as follows. Caleb Craig, King Hog by quite a bit with 32 games beaten. I am in second place with 21. Cameron, last place with 10. Double digits. Pat yourself on the back. It's really quite something, Cameron. Really something. I haven't even doubled. No, I've doubled double digit, but no triple digit. We're all double digit. Now it's not impressive until we hit that 3. move that period over one more spot. All right, Craig, what do we have for questions? What's going on?
All right, so we have a couple questions from Twitter. Our first one is a Marry Fuck Kill.
Fuck it.
It's
Don't
from
answer
Thermination.
these questions.
He
anymore.
says, gun to your head, gun to your balls, Marry Fuck Kill. So former host Joe with constant puss face, a female clone of myself, who is identical in every way except for the female bits. And then Cody and Sarah at the same time.
So when you said myself, you're referring to you.
Yes.
You. Okay.
So a female version
me.
of you.
Yes.
So marry, fuck, kill.
Female Craig, Cody and Sarah at the same time. And wait, what was the last one?
Wait, what?
Joe Pussface.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, Joe Pussface. I mean,
What does Joe's puss face even look like? Is it just like scrunched up?
Just whenever he goes on a self-righteous tirade.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, I could see that.
all right. So who would you marry though? Because like, if you did Cody and Sarah, you'd have 2 extra incomes. Although honestly,
You'd have a half of an income.
You'd have one extra income.
You'd have a half an income.
yeah,
to
you'd have
yours.
0.5 incomes. So that's not great, and that's for 2 people. So that's probably going to be an expense more than a gain.
I don't see how that would work. Somehow I'd have to shoulder Cody out of the relationship.
Yeah. Just keep Sarah for yourself. That's what you're saying.
He'd go out and live in the barn.
Yeah.
Do you know they're pregnant now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they are.
Interesting.
Yeah. Very.
Yeah, it's gonna be a very interesting life for that kid.
I feel
Yeah.
bad for the child.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. So we could fuck them. We could fuck Joe, or we could fuck female Caleb. Which one could you bear? I mean, 'cause Caleb would have all the smells and body hair associated with Caleb, but he would have a fresh, clean vagina, because it's not his vagina. Thus, it will be brand new, just off the line. Not just off the line.
No,
Not just off the line. Not. 'Cause that implies no. It would have to have a robo vagina, I would imagine, because like it's Craig's body. It's a
No,
clone.
it's a female clone.
It's a female clone. Okay.
Yeah, so genetically modified to be female. So yeah,
So it would have a.
he would have more pronounced mammaries and
Would he?
vagina.
Would he be more hygienic? I guess
No,
we would
it's
have to
just,
assume no.
it's like a mind transplant. It's just Craig right now, but he's a female.
Dude, no. You can't put your dick in there. Even if it is a girl, like you can't do that. It's still Craig.
You can't lie to yourself twice. You'd bone me.
He wants your manhole.
He only wants to bone me as long as I'm a dude.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd be less grossed out because at least it's a dude that's disgusting and not a girl. Like, oh shit, this is a tough one.
Schweiss proves evermore.
Yeah, little hints, little nuggets over the years. Shit, dude. Who do you
You
kill?
are the one who keeps bringing up that one conversation.
You know what? I haven't brought it up in a long time.
I know, which is why I
Everyone
haven't
else-
mentioned it.
Everyone else brings it up, and then I get accused of being the one that brings it up all the time, and I'm like, I don't talk about it. I don't talk about it. You don't talk about that stuff. That's you got a pact. You got a pact. in
We just have to keep reminding you every so often. It's a safe space.
Yeah. Shit. I can't. Okay, so I wouldn't kill Joe out of those 2. I would rather kill a female Craig or Cody and Sarah in the thing over Joe. So that one's a definite. I think I would marry Joe with Pussface because it's going to
Would you,
happen.
though?
Probably, yeah. Because you don't have to have sex. You don't have to do any of that stuff. He's just there.
That would be implied, though.
Is
you
it,
have
though?
to have a healthy marriage. Come on.
I don't know. I think we can have a very productive marriage where we just do podcasts.
Are you
like
are you
crazy.
telling me that Joe wouldn't want to fuck you?
I don't know if Joe would want to fuck me.
I mean,
but-
they somehow solved that blowjob thing. They haven't told us how.
Yeah.
That's true.
there's something. It was solved. I honestly can't remember what it was. Some Rufalin was certainly.
Some Rufalin.
Yeah, certainly
You
involved.
making up drugs now?
Yeah, isn't that what roofies are?
Yeah, Rufalin. It's a mix of roofies and Ritalin. You gotta really fucking.
Concentrate on going to sleep. Why can't you just concentrate on going to sleep?
You got this new hot thing in the market, Rufalin. You end up on the roof instead of the floor.
Yeah. You're not, see,
you know.
instead of being on the floor, you're on the roof. Rufalin.
Every damn Rufalin.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, marry Joe. Fuck both of them at the same time. I mean, like, what does that imply? Is that like
Yeah, you'd have to fuck both of them.
tagging
at the
one
same
of them
time.
and jerking Cody off?
Or he's
I can't-
he's boning you in the ass while you're doing your business with
Maybe-
Sarah.
So it's a sandwich.
It
So
would be a Caleb sandwich, yeah. With Cody and Sarah as the bread.
That's some old bread. That's like bread that I wouldn't even feed to ducks.
You're not supposed to feed bread to ducks anyway.
Yeah, it expands their stomachs. Give them frozen peas. That's what you're supposed to do. But fuck ducks.
Yeah, the ducks aren't in the question.
Yeah, it's like ducks sadly aren't in the question. So Mary Jo, fuck female Craig. Probably fuck female Craig once. Ugh.
Get real drunk beforehand.
Yeah, and then
Take some of that Rufalin.
take some Rufalin.
I can guarantee that female me wouldn't want you pushing rope, so you ain't drinking beforehand.
Well, if it's female you and I drink vanilla extract, I mean, perhaps there's something. There's just
I doubt that would work.
you don't think there's a
I
vanilla?
mean, there's always ways to keep it going. He could take something to help keep things stiff.
Yeah, the alcohol is one of those things. If I drink enough, man, it takes for fucking ever.
It's gonna take Viagra with like a pint of beer.
Yeah, and then I just last. It's the Energizer Bunny Schweiss. Just keeps going and going and going.
But you know he's probably going to pass out and throw up all over you.
Probably.
Does
So
female Craig want that?
No, female Craig wouldn't want that.
female Craig would rub it all over.
Female
her,
Craig has standards.
all over her
Can
body.
female Craig become our fourth host?
Oh yeah.
We just referred to Craig and female Craig.
Yeah, female Craig. I think that's my answer. I think that's what I'll stick with. Marry Cody or Joe, kill Cody, Sarah, and fuck female Craig.
All right, Cam, what are you
haven't
doing?
spoken. What is yours?
Obviously, I would marry myself. I'd throw Joe a bone and fuck him, and then I'd kill Cody and Sarah.
Throw him a bone.
You know that
Yeah,
was
throw him a bone.
actually
Oh.
pretty easy for you to answer.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah!
It's easiest for you.
And it was a real clutch pun. Yeah, you just flew over. Like you didn't even let it simmer.
You know, you could marry yourself, send
It's
female.
gotta be in
No,
there.
wait. How is this going to work? Because you could marry yourself, send female you to fuck Joe
That's true.
while you're bagging. Oh no! What if female you prefers Joe to you?
Well, then Joe would get what he's always wanted
Or-
to marry me.
Or if female you tries to be along with you and then eventually becomes a lesbian and leaves you.
You know, I would be fine with that.
Even me? Even I'm not safe from myself. Oh, that would be fucking awesome. God, that would just be like the lowest blow. Like that would be the worst. Even me can't be with me. Like,
It'd be fine.
ah,
That's just too depressing.
Yeah, that's rough, man. That's rough.
It's okay, Craig.
You would definitely stay with you. Don't worry.
Yeah, I know I would.
Can you imagine Craig getting into an argument with Craig, though? And blaming each other for the mess?
That would be quite the thing to see.
All right, Cam. You haven't answered yet.
I think I'm going to take a bullet to the Brandon balls because that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Because it's either that or I kill every single one.
You couldn't kill every single one.
Besides Joe, I just let Joe do a thing in the corner.
What are you talking about?
His puss-face Joe. Because that's normal Joe.
What is Joe going to be doing in the corner?
Puss-facing.
He's just be puss-facing in the corner.
He'd just be puss-facing over there.
It's either Joe doing duck lips or Joe being Joe.
Joe doing duck lips.
Yeah, but that's my answer.
All right. What else do we have?
All right, so next question is from Chase Saraslani. He says, what do you think GameStop should do to solve their problems, like their stock prices dropping immensely and seemingly downsizing?
Okay, so what do we think GameStop should do? Honestly,
do I think this would be a resurgence for GameStop? No. Was Walmart's saving? The games were not bringing in Walmart too much money. Let's be honest.
No.
Games have shifted from physical to digital in a strong way, especially with sales and stuff going on Xbox Live and PlayStation Network. Yes, I do believe people are buying physical copies more, and I feel like the used game market's going to almost disappear because of the digital switch.
And that's by design, I feel.
Yeah.
And it makes sense because a used game, if it's owned by 4 or 5 different people, the company that made the game only made money once.
But let's just say Walmart right now, entirety of Walmart, stopped selling violent video games. Would that be a resurgence for GameStop?
No.
No. It would just go to
all.
where it's always been going, online and digital.
Mm-hmm.
Look, honestly, I don't think there's any recourse.
Game
for
companies
GameStop.
not having to create physical copies of games anymore is probably just a plus to them.
Yeah.
Because they don't have to waste money on meeting a production run that might not get sold. You know, it's not going to.
Yeah,
be 100%.
I would like the idea of of companies sending out like a pre-order list. Like if you wanted a physical copy, then you could like add yourself to that list. So then they'd send you a physical copy. But other than that,
yeah, maybe that could be a way to do
digital
it.
stuff.
Yeah,
but
I still buy physical more, but that's mostly because I like to loan.
you know what, GameStop. I've heard a lot of people complain about it, but honestly, I think it's a great idea that they sell game swag alongside video games. The shittiest part about GameStop, and the reason that everybody hates them, though, is because they have horrible business practices. That is why they're fucking dying. It's because nobody wants to spend money at a place that literally robs people.
I don't think that's why it's dying.
Dude, it's totally why
Because
it's
it was
dying.
alive for a long time, and it's done that the whole time. It's dying because...
No, it's gotten worse because they're dying.
No, it hasn't gotten worse. People just bitch about it more because now everybody has a voice behind their keyboard, and they didn't before. I think
No, it's literally worse now.
I don't really think it is, Craig. I think it's always been shitty. And the only difference is now we have the internet. You can order all these games online. You can find used games there. Small independent game stores usually can have better prices than GameStop because GameStop is just a set here's the price. This is how much it is. There's no haggling. There's no anything like that involved. But I feel like local novelty game stores will exist long after GameStop dies.
Yeah.
And it's for those old games that you like to find,
Yeah, that was a mistake that GameStop made, was stopping selling anything that was before the PS3 era.
Yeah, that was a bad plan. It didn't do well.
Especially since they still have a lot of stock from those games. They just haven't sold through or getting rid
GameStops
of.
need to stop being just a place to go buy newer video games. They need to become just a nerd location to hang out and do other nerd stuff at. Kind of like local
local
like comic
board
book
games.
shops and board game shops where
Yeah.
people go in and play games. I think that's the only thing that'll save them from complete destruction.
I
but-
feel like they're going to go out in the end anyway.
yeah, they're just gonna disappear.
because it's an industry that it's just like Blockbuster
I mean,
and
just you
Hollywood
pulled
Video.
up their stock prices, and
Yeah, this is over 5 years.
they're real bad right now. They're gonna be nothing soon.
It's $3.89 right now, and then on November 6th, 2015, it was almost $50. It was $46.82. So they have fallen a lot in the last 4 years for value, and it's because it's just technology. It's just like Blockbuster and Hollywood. They didn't move on with the times. They saw
But how could they?
Redbox. They saw
how
these
could,
things that were better, and they didn't act.
Even Redbox is going to be a thing of the past too.
Yeah, eventually, yeah.
But how can these businesses like Hollywood Video and Blockbuster, who built their entire existence reason for being around physical copies of content,
I mean, Blockbuster.
when that content is no longer pushed as a physical thing anymore?
Yeah, Blockbuster tried near the end. They tried to do online streaming and online stuff, but it didn't. It was too late. So, like, you need to watch the trends and you need to see what's happening in the industry, and you need to adapt to those trends.
Could you imagine a Hollywood Video or a Blockbuster that is in the place of Netflix today? Then just having that brand name that people associated with movies and fun and stuff.
Yeah, it did.
To switch. Instead of it being a new company, Netflix, imagine a Hollywood Video in that place. I think that would have been a cool reality to live in.
Well, especially since like Netflix even started out sending out DVDs and shit to people.
Yeah, it was. Now it's
Yeah,
DVD.com.
like instead of having to go down to the Hollywood Video, you could have one center Hollywood Video. Like, they could just send all of the DVDs that they had and ship it to their one main location. They already had all the stock. They didn't have to go buy it. Then they just start mailing it out.
Yeah, they could have done that.
They were set up to with the product. They were set up to take over that field, but they didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially where they had so many stores.
Because
they
the
could
people at
even
top just
done,
wanted
like,
to cut and run with
deliveries.
money.
Pretty much, yeah. And sometimes that's probably the best because, I mean, the restructuring can be really brutal, but that's why you have to stay on top of it.
I also think that fucking Movie Pass could have done a lot better.
Yeah, MoviePass is back
If
to
they
being
worked,
decent.
they worked with the theaters more.
Yeah, because the movie industry is kind of doing the same thing. It's too expensive. It's like getting super bloated, and it's going to follow the music industry. The bottom's going to fall out, and people are not going to pay the prices that they're asking for, and they're going to restructure, and it's going to be a lot cheaper and easier to get stuff done. And they won't make as much money on it, but it'll actually get done, and people will consume it, and will pay, and it'll be a great day. Like, it's fine. It's going to happen to them, too. But GameStop is fucked. Like, I don't think there's going to be, at least as far as their current situation, like how many stores they have and stuff like that, I don't think it's sustainable at all. They don't give you enough money for your trade-ins, and they'll trade in any game, and they don't always sell the games that you will trade them. So, like,
Yeah.
they're not really netting any money in a
And they
bunch of those
offer like
trades.
a pitiful amount for the trade-ins too.
Yeah, it's like it was like 4 cents one time for Grand Theft Auto Vice City when I was trying to sell
Yeah,
it.
even
so
if
I
they-
just kept it, and then they didn't have that game to sell for $2. They lost out on that because I said no, and like it's a combination of everybody saying no and them not really having enough on the side to make it worth it.
Yeah, GameStop only offers like fucking maybe 20% at max of what a game is worth. Unless it's like a new game, and then even then they'll only give you like $30-something for something that they're going to turn around and sell for like
Yeah.
$55.
And
Like,
Amazon,
they sell used games for $5 less when it's a new game than
Yeah.
it would be if you just bought it new.
yeah,
So
and Amazon does buy back now too, so they're getting competition from all these more competent sellers that aren't having these problems. So I think GameStop is fucked. I don't think there's any way to save it because we're just moving beyond that. And like I still buy physical copies, but I don't really go to GameStop because I don't like spending that kind of money, and I like finding older games from used game stores, not new games. I don't want to buy something used if it's newer.
yeah,
And I'm not going to buy a new game from GameStop. I'll just buy it on Amazon and have it shipped here. Because I like Amazon more than I like GameStop. So, even though Alexa's spying on me.
Yeah, and their like pro status thing has kind of like declined in value over time too. Just like, even though it's only like $15 for the year, the 10% off of the pre-owned stuff, like they like start putting more restrictions on it and whatever.
And Game Informer isn't
and then
as cool
like if
as
you
it
have
used to
the
be.
points, they'll just like wipe it and be like, yeah, we don't know what happened to your points.
Yeah, Game Informer is not as good as it used to be either. And you the problem you run into is it's like, look, GameStop has a magazine. They review games. You're like, oh wow, cool, that's awesome. And then you think about it, you're like, wait a minute. So the game company that sells games has a magazine that you can buy where they review the games that they sell? Like, are they going to blow games unnecessarily to get more sales out of them? And the answer is yes. Like, look at all the Call of Duty games. Maybe not as much now,
Call
but
of
back
Duty
in the day.
Generally had good scores, yeah, but they haven't been awful. They've just been repeats of the same thing.
Yeah.
But Game Informer is generally okay. But yeah, like a monthly subscription to, well, not really a monthly subscription. It's for the whole year for that $15, which is cool.
It's a good price.
But it's a magazine that comes out like once a month when like,
and then
after gaming news has already gone and
exactly,
passed.
yeah.
So it's,
they get some exclusives.
they have online an online Game Informer now, but like you kind of want the magazine, you know, you want to see like all the articles listed in like this one compact thing.
Yeah, and also magazines are going the way of the dodo as well. Like, it's not really going to be a thing. So like, they have a lot of things in their business that aren't going to be things down the road. So I think they're done, man. I think they're done. I think any big game store, EB Games in Canada, they're going to go out too.
Well,
it's
EB
going to be
Games and GameStop are the same thing.
I know. It's just it's America's GameStop now.
Yeah.
Canada, I think, has EB. We used to have EB. The Provo Mall one used to be Electronics Boutique.
Yeah.
And then they changed the name. I think those small mom and pop shops like Mario's in Provo, a local one, they closed down because they didn't make any money. Although they never had any good games. So
Mario's in the mall was kind of awful, though.
it was good for a while. They had their glory days.
They had glory days, true, but I don't know. They especially when they had to they moved to the top floor. Like, I think they had to start paying more rent, and they couldn't do it.
Yeah, they got kind of screwed. The Provo Mall is going to die too. Which again, a lot of them are in malls, and malls are also dying. So like, it's just this huge problem. GameStop is just getting fucked.
I don't know if the Aura Mall is dying.
No, the Aura Mall
is fine.
Yeah, the Aura Mall is
a good example of this is the Gateway Mall, how it went through its golden age, its decline, and now it's going through its revamp, where they're changing it more to a venue than a shopping center.
Much more of a venue. I drank there like a week and a half ago extensively.
And so it's just changing the idea of what a mall and a get-together is. And even City Creek Mall, the mall that the Mormon Church paid for, there's
the Mormon Mall.
More things to do there than just shop. So
yeah, it's they that's because they're adapting, because they see these malls of America that are just run down, and like the planet has taken back the mall. You know, like the escalators have like vines growing up them, and like Mother Nature has struck back, and it looks like it's fucking Horizon Zero Dawn inside this mall in a huge city. Like, the only city that it wouldn't be surprising in would be like Baltimore or something, where it already looks like shit. They close their mall down and be like, "Hey, is that someone's house? It's a really big house." Like, but like, for the most part, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's GameStop has like so many problems, and they are very commonly in malls. Like, a lot of malls will have a GameStop in them, but the malls are losing revenue. GameStop is losing revenue. It's just like a big issue. All of the things that they have.
Is FYE dying? Because I feel like FYE is fine right now. They're like adding more swag from like video games and movies to their stores. But they've always had those.
Does that mean they're fine though, if they're focusing more on that, or is that like the decline?
It's just like I don't know. It's kind of just like a change, so they add that stuff more.
It's tough for FYE as well, because I think music is even more digitalized than games are.
They still have music sections, but I think their movies are more prevalent.
Yeah,
They have a lot more movies.
they do, but
and
again,
stuff.
movies are going digital too. I think FYE is probably going to die as well.
I don't know, man. I don't know about Joe anymore, but I like having physical copies of movies
Yeah.
just so I can add them to Vudu later.
Yeah,
know?
so you can make them digital?
Yeah, so I can have them digitally also, just so I
God.
can see my fucking collection.
Our collection, Craig.
No, it's my collection.
Dude, I think Joe put more movies on there than you did. And I've gotten all the Disney ones. I got the pricey fuckers on there, man.
Joe has
You better
probably,
slow your roll, bro.
Joe has probably put like 10 more movies
And you know how much?
than me.
You know how much Cameron and I have spent on Game of Thrones on that fucking account? It's like $100+ a pop, or each
Doesn't
for each
even
of us.
matter anymore.
You put
No,
Game
it
of
doesn't.
Thrones.
It's dead.
You put Game of Thrones on there, but I put the movies on there. All right, we have like 150 movies on there, and like 70 of them are mine.
Yeah, probably. I think I've only put like 20, maybe 20, probably 20. But yeah,
More like 5.
no,
Because
it's
the
been
other
more than
ones
5.
are Joe.
No, it's been more than 5. I've bought at least 3 movies on there.
You
Forever.
bought movies on there?
Yeah. I bought The Mist, and I bought Once Upon a Time, and no, it was The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. I bought that on there.
Did we not already have that?
No. And then there was one other one that I bought. It was Team America World Police, because for some reason no one had bought that. And I was like, what?
I thought Joe owned that and put that on there digitally.
No, it wasn't on there. And I was like, dude, I'm sick of renting
Doesn't
this
he
movie.
have the DVD of that though?
I think he does,
He was converting all of his shit to that thing.
Apparently he didn't get far enough.
Oh.
So yeah, I think I think GameStop, like I said, it's just gonna die, and that's just how it's gonna have to be. I think smaller game stores are gonna have to do those kind of things, like Cameron was saying.
Yeah.
Have the like nerd atmosphere, have like all that shit culminated into one to really stay alive, to keep those people coming back. You know,
To
keep
be
them
a
there.
place to hang out and not just a place to go shop.
Exactly. Yeah, and I
See,
I
the
think that's
GameStop
That is
can
one-
now become to mean a place you go to game. It
But
is your gaming stop for picking up new games, be it video games, board games.
Well, I kind of think that's why
Tabletop
Dragon's
games.
Keep is still around. It's because like people
Or
go
your-
there to like
A place where you
play
go
in
play
card
games.
tournaments and other board games. Yeah, and I think they have like D&D days or whatever.
It is your GameStop. Now, much larger meaning than just video games.
exactly doable.
They should set themselves up as an effective nerd community center.
Yeah.
To the nerd outreach program. Yeah, that's where I think it is. So cool. Thank you for the questions, though. Those are both
We still have 2 more if you want to do
great.
them.
I don't know. Do you want to do them, Cameron, or do you want to?
I guess we can.
They're quick ones.
Okay. All right.
All right, they're both from Angry-Ass Black Dude. The first one is your top 3 90s thank goodness it's Friday shows. I wasn't sure what he meant by that, so I had some examples, and they are Boy Meets World, Family Matters, Sabrina the Teenage Witch, stuff like that. Those, coincidentally, would be my top 3.
Didn't you just recently ask what our favorite cartoons were?
Yes, that's the next one.
Oh.
Okay. So cartoons don't count if the next one is that. I watched Full House a lot when I was a kid, and I watched Little House on the Prairie a lot, and Cold Case Files.
Cold Case Files.
As a child, yeah. Those were any like murder on late night show where the guy's just like, and then they showed up dead. Like the way the guy talks, it's like perfect. And they're all on.
Dude, that's what I
Netflix
love
now.
about fucking Twilight Zone.
Yeah, the dude's voice, yeah. So those are the 3 that I used to always watch, and that was like the big thing for me from the 90s when I was a kid.
Does Ripley's Believe It or Not count?
Hell yeah, that was great. I watched that shit.
I watch that show all the time.
Yeah. What about you, Cameron?
Well, I didn't really get to watch a lot of TV in the 90s. But as far as shows like that go, I would say I would have watched the Beetleborgs.
Beetleborgs. I remember that fucking show.
Maybe a little bit of Power Rangers, but I really watched Beetleborgs more.
What about like Gargoyles? You know that show?
That's cartoon,
Dude.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, that is. But that's an awesome cartoon.
Yeah, that's yeah.
I guess that is a cartoon.
Yeah, I guess I would just have to say that.
All right. So the next one is the cartoons. It's the top 5 '90s kid shows.
Oh man, top 5 '90s kid shows. Is SpongeBob 2000s?
I think it started in '98
So as far as the 90s cartoons
Maybe.
go, what I could
or
watch.
'99.
I probably watched Pinky and the Brain, Arthur a lot, and
Dude, I love Pinky and the Brain.
there's one more.
Dude, those
Pokemon.
early
Pokemon.
WB shows.
A lot of Pokemon as a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those early WB shows are fucking awesome, man.
WB had a
like
good streak.
Animaniacs
Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
fucking Freakazoid and was the Tick on there? I don't remember. But
Yeah.
the Tick is fucking awesome. If anybody has seen the Tick, I think they made a new version of that on Amazon.
Yeah, they did.
But the old cartoon and the old live action show, dude. Fucking Batman fucking love that. Love that shit. The Tick is great. Gargoyles is fucking amazing. I would love them to bring that shit back.
What about like Samurai Jack? That was a pretty good one.
Samurai Jack.
Isn't Samurai Jack
It's-
2000s?
Yes, I think so.
Is it really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I thought that was the Toonami stuff.
Yeah, that was that one actually I think started on Adult Swim,
Oh yeah, 2001.
maybe.
No,
Yeah.
it didn't start on Adult Swim.
It went to
It was Cartoon Network.
I'm pretty sure it went to Adult Swim at
It
some
did.
point though.
It went to Adult Swim.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Dexter's Laboratory, that's a good one.
Yeah. So I was a Cartoon Network guy.
Was the Powerpuff Girls in 2000? Or is that the 90s?
No, it's 90s.
Fucking love Powerpuff Girls.
I mean, I watched it occasionally, but again, I didn't have access. If I didn't have access to normal daytime TV or morning TV, I did not have access to Cartoon Network at all. Growing up.
90s cartoons for me. SpongeBob, since it counts.
Wait, when was SpongeBob?
99.
99?
July of 99. So barely.
Woo!
No,
Barely.
does not count.
I would count, I think, Fairly Odd Parents. I loved watching that show.
Was that in the 90s?
I think it was. I
feel like that's a 2000s one.
Do you? I mean,
I do. I do feel like that's 2000s.
No, 2001. Fuck. All right, that one doesn't count. SpongeBob. I really liked the Powerpuff Girls. I really did love watching fucking Dexter's Lab. That was 95, so that's an old one. I really liked that show.
Dude, was that old Teenage Mutant
When
Ninja
did
Turtles show
the
on
OG
in the
Pokemon
90s?
come out? The Pokemon show, OG.
Well, Pokemon games came out in 96. I think the anime came out in 97.
Yeah, that makes sense for me to be watching that because I watched a lot of it. No, that was definitely.
Yeah, 97.
Yep,
Yeah.
that was definitely Oregon.
I mean, Scooby-Doo, but that's way older than that originally. I liked Courage the Cowardly Dog a lot, too. I know a lot of people don't really care for that show. I enjoyed it.
Courage is 2000, wasn't it?
No, 96.
Really?
Yeah,
96, yeah.
Wow, that show was
I watched some
older than I
Courage.
thought. Yeah, I remember Courage. That's a good show.
Yeah.
I'm getting me mallet.
Yeah. I remember the one episode where he gets possessed and he's out in the shed, like, sharpening his axe. And I was really loving that one. I agree with Pinky and the Brain. That was a really fun show. So Dexter's Lab, Powerpuff Girls. Powerpuff Girls is probably the best one, I think. I think that's actually a really good show.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I liked it a lot. SpongeBob. I'll go Pinky and the Brain, and then Courage. I liked Courage. I kind of like the weirder ones. Like I liked Ed, Ed, and Eddie a lot too, and like a lot of people don't like that show.
Ed and Eddie was a
Fucking-
favorite whenever
That
I
was fucking
got to
weird.
watch it.
And I was all about Cartoon Network's like Toonami stuff, like near the end when I was growing up a little. And then like they would have like the. Do you remember when Cartoon Network used to do like cartoon hosts for the Cartoon Network weekend thing?
No.
They would have like one of the characters host this like weekend, and they would just play old episodes of the cartoons. I was like so into that when I was a kid. I fucking loved it. So like, most of mine is Cartoon Network. Back then, Disney Channel was pretty shitty. It was all just singing and bullshit. Nickelodeon had a couple good things. Like Rugrats is great.
Rugrats, yeah. I think Cat Dog.
Yeah, Cat
Or
Dog
was,
was.
or was that 2000s?
No, I think that one's older. And then also,
They had Rocco's Modern Life, I think.
yeah. Oh fuck! What was the Hey Arnold? That was
Hey
one
Arnold.
that I watched
and,
a lot.
Recess was on Disney.
Yeah. Recess was good. I liked Recess. There's a lot of good '90s cartoons. Like I feel like cartoons now mostly kind of suck. I mean,
There's
Adventure
some
Time is pretty
okay
funny,
ones,
but
but yeah.
I don't know. Like it's not the same, man. It's not the good old days.
Oh man. Let's see, I watched a lot of the superhero ones. There was X-Men, Batman the Animated Series, Superman the Animated Series, Spider-Man.
The animated series.
Yes, the animated series. And then Spider-Man Unlimited, I think, was that in the 90s?
I have no fucking idea.
I don't know. And then I think Justice League came on in the 2000s, so that one wouldn't count. But yeah, the superhero ones for me, and then Gargoyles. Fuck, I loved Gargoyles. Although that one, when was Gargoyles? I feel like that one was 90s, but it might also be 2000.
I don't think it was. Yeah, 1994.
94?
94
oh,
to
man.
97.
Yeah, dude, Gargoyles. Oh, fuck, man. I love that show.
Yeah, I liked that one a lot.
Oh, man. I remember having toys from that.
Yeah.
Like, they had those one toys where you could, like, if you put them in water, they would turn to stone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fucking sweet. I remember that shit.
Man, it was a good time to be a kid back then because we had a lot of really good Disney movies too. We had like The Hunchback of Notre Dame, and then like Hercules, Lion King.
I remember
Aladdin.
McDonald's having those Hercules toys. I had one that was that had the Hydra, and you could like put Hercules inside it, and you like split it apart.
Oh, nice. Did you do
Violence in our Happy Meals.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude! It was the part where he like cuts them open to like escape.
These Disney movies are causing. Oh, yeah, never mind.
Yeah. Do you remember the little like storybook, or no? It was like the old VHS, the mini VHS tape things that they had in the earlier '90s, where it would have like one of the princesses or one of the princes from the original movies, and it would like. The container it came in was shaped like an old VHS, but it was really small. And you would open it up and they'd be in there. Do you remember when they had those things?
No.
Dude, those were crazy cool. Those were so fucking awesome. Those were like the coolest thing until the gold-plated Pokemon things came out. Like as far as like weird memorabilia toys
Oh yeah.
in odd places, like a Happy Meal.
Speaking of weird Pokemon memorabilia stuff, there was those. I think I can't remember what they came with, but there was those like super tiny discs
Oh, yeah.
that had like the Pokemon stuff
Yep,
on them that
you
you
would-
couldn't like actually play because they were fucking way too small and they were shaped weird.
You had to, there was like a little reader, and you could put your disc in the reader, and you could do battle with other people's Pokemon. But
Yeah.
my problem was I was the only one that had one, so I couldn't actually use it. Like, no one had it, so I was alone. I was all alone in Florida.
You're the
Oh,
only kid in
Pokemon
Florida
disc.
getting them Happy Meals.
Oh
That's
man,
right,
there was a Double Dragon cartoon. I
Yeah.
remember watching that.
Jackie Chan cartoon, too, but that was...
that's 2000s.
Jackie Chan cartoons
Yeah, that's a little
2000s.
later.
Else I would have mentioned it.
Yeah, Jackie Chan. That was a good show.
That and Static Shock.
Static
Yeah,
Shock.
yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
I remember that one.
DC appropriated that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they brought him into that universe. I remember when he met Batman. It was fucking awesome. He's in it's like Old Man Static Shock in one of the Batman Beyond episodes.
Nice.
Oh, Batman Beyond. That's another one. I'm pretty sure that one was in the 90s.
Oh, there you go. I think so.
Was it the advanced Batman suit?
It was the
In the
one
future?
that was all black, yeah.
Yeah.
Was it the black
Was
and
that
red?
2000s? Yeah, it was the black and red. No, that had to be in the 90s when it started.
Yeah. Good.
It finished technically in the last episode of Batman Beyond is technically the last episode of Justice League Unlimited. Just so you guys know.
January 10th, 1999.
Yes.
Hardly counts.
All right. Well,
That's better than fucking SpongeBob being in July.
I said it doesn't count.
yeah, SpongeBob is one of the best shows, like kid shows they've ever made. Like,
Does it count as a 90s show?
as far as how funny it is. And no, it's kind of the culmination of all the 90s, right? Or is it? Would you consider it ushering in the new millennium?
So would you say that the next millennium is a culmination of what the millennium before was trying to achieve?
Well, no, but
So-
that's 1,000 years as opposed to
Not millennium,
10.
sorry. You're trying to say that the next decade is a culmination of the decade previous? Of what the culture was supposed
It's
to
more
be?
of a result of.
Or
I
is
guess.
culture more of a bite-sized thing that could be more viewed as a year by year rather than a decade altogether?
I don't know.
Or is it just more finite than that because trying to put humans into finite time zones of what people are like in one section of time is just stupid?
Yeah, it is stupid, and it's kind of unfair as well. But so in that case, it's a '90s show. It came out in 1999, so it's not ushering in the. Yeah, it's fuck you.
But the majority of the
When
show
was-
lies outside of the 90s.
Oh man,
That's
when was
true,
the
yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh show? When did that start? That got real popular as a kid.
Yeah, it was probably the '90s. Maybe though, I don't know. I'm gonna look it up right now.
I think I was in 5th grade when that came out. I think.
TV show, Duel Monsters animated series, April 18th, 2000.
Oh.
Loser. You were 9 years old watching that. Loser. Came out in 2000. No excuse. No excuse, Craig.
Whatever.
And so another argument is, are people born at the beginning of the 90s less of a 90s child than someone born at near the end of the 80s? Because they were older to experience the 90s?
Yeah, technically, I would say, yeah. Because when you talk about growing up in the 90s, you don't mean like becoming a 5-year-old in the 90s and then now you're in the 2000s. You mean like adolescence into adulthood growing up in the 90s. So I would say, yeah.
Because that would affect your outlook of life more than... so the 2000s, early 2000s, and 2008 affect our outlook more than the 90s did.
Definitely, I would say, yeah. For
So
sure.
technically, does that make us not 90s children?
I feel like I remember the 90s better than the 2000s era.
Yeah. I would say that arguably you could argue the point that we aren't 90s kids because we didn't grow into ourselves within the confines of the 1990s.
That was more along the lines of the culture happening around us rather than us participating in it. So
Yeah, yeah. Well, awesome. Yeah, there's a lot of good cartoons. Good stuff. Good stuff when we were a kid. Guys, you want to talk about Gamescom?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so Gamescom is beginning on August 19th, and I'm excited because there's a lot of stuff that they left out of E3, I feel like. We didn't really get anything for Gears. We just got like a HD
For
trailer.
E3
Yeah.
had a shitload for Gears.
Not really.
You know, it's like 3 different games.
Well, yeah, they had the bullshit like Pop Gears and
There's
then
the Funko Pop Gears, the fucking Gears Tactics, and then Gears 5.
yeah, we didn't really see anything for
3
Gears
separate
5.
games.
The only thing we saw was like, here's a high
There's a
def
trailer.
Yeah, it was a trailer of a mini game in there. I want more, bro.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
When was
Okay?
the last time you played a Gears?
A long time ago, but it doesn't matter. I want to be excited about it, and I wasn't.
Gears 5 is going to be free for people who have Game Pass.
Yeah, available day one on Xbox Game Pass. It's actually a pretty decent impersonation of I almost said Ron Howard, but that's not Ron Howard.
Ron Howard.
Yeah, I could do that guy's voice, the Xbox guy. I could handle it. So, what are you looking forward to in Gamescom, Caleb?
Oh, I don't know. I want to see what Capcom is doing. I want to see what Bethesda is doing. I know that people want to would like to hear from Blizzard, but Blizzard's not going to be there because they're focusing on development, probably, hopefully, for Diablo 4. Which would also be awesome to hear about if they ever announce it.
Diablo 4?
Yeah. I'd like to see a new Mega Man series come out.
Yeah, Capcom says they have a big announcement. There's a big AAA announcement from Capcom, and they're going to make that at Gamescom. What do you think that's going to be? I mean, there's a lot of speculation as to Resident Evil 8 or Resident Evil 3's remake, or in my case, I would love Resident Evil Outbreak, but I honestly think it's just not going to happen. And to me, I don't know. I mean, it seems like the given would be Resident Evil because that's a big series, right? And Devil May Cry just barely came out with a game, and so did Resident Evil 2, but it was a remake, so like maybe they're going to announce Resi 8.
Maybe they have a new IP.
Yeah, it could be a totally new IP.
I do remember reading something. I already told you about this, but I saw something saying Capcom was looking for people to play test a Resident Evil-like game.
Yeah.
So maybe it's another zombie-type game, maybe something online that's in the vein of Resident Evil, which would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what they're going to announce instead of having people play test. I'm not sure, though.
Yeah, it's...
Especially since they have that new Monster Hunter expansion coming out in September, Cam, right? Is it September?
Sometimes around September.
So that's... I don't know. Those are possible, but I kind of think that it's going to be. I kind of think it's going to be a fucking. It's either going to be Resident Evil 3, or I feel like Outbreak has a better chance than 8, because 7's not that old.
Outbreak.
Fuck yeah, man.
You really think Outbreak is going to be out before Resident Evil 8?
I hope it is. Be sweet, man. Online, PS4, Resident Evil Outbreak. Well, I mean, what more could you want from this life? Like, that's kind of it. That's the top of the food chain.
That's as good as it gets.
You should have just convinced Sony to keep doing that whole PS2 on PS4 thing. They kind of stopped that pretty fucking soon after doing it.
Yeah.
They only have like 20 games on there, maybe.
Yeah.
And none of them are like ones that you'd really expect them to put on there. I mean, they got the Jack and Daxter games, but like I didn't see no Sly Cooper. I didn't see any of the like really big ones that I would have thought they would have put on there. Like they put some really obscure ones, like that Kinetica and Monster Battles or whatever. So I don't know.
Well, I mean, I think Capcom, it would be interesting if they brought a new Mega Man in, because you said they haven't done that for a long time.
They haven't done, the latest one was that Mega Man 11, which wasn't super well received, but the last, like, new series that they brought up for Mega Man was kind of like a copycat series of the Battle Network games for that, it was like the Star something. I can't remember what it was exactly, but it was, they made a TV show out of it, and that was back in like, I want to say that was like almost a decade ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. The last game for it was on DS, so it's been a while.
Okay. We know Square Enix is going to have some stuff. I bet they'll show more FF7 remake.
Yeah, they'll definitely show some more of that.
I think we'll get confirmation on like Final Fantasy VIII's
remaster or
remastered date. 'Cause
even
I
though
don't
it's
think
totally a remake.
I don't think we had the remake it is technically it is a remake because they had to build it like
From the ground up.
pretty much is what they said. But also, I feel like we'll know for sure if there's going to be voice acting because I know that's been a rumored thing. I don't think there will be, but you never know, I guess. And also,
I don't think they want to put the extra work in with that.
yeah, I don't mind it. I mean, I'm fine not having voice acting. I don't really need it.
I mean, they
for-
could probably put it in for like some key cutscenes or whatever, but I don't really think that they will.
Yeah, probably not. I mean, that's just
Since they're basically trying to make it the exact same game, just with like better graphics.
right. And voice cast definitely changes the game for sure.
Yeah, it makes it something different. But then again, it is a remake technically, so it might as well.
Yeah, you can go somewhere with it. What about Bayonetta 3? So
I
Sega
need to beat Bayonetta 1 and then 2 for me to care about Bayonetta 3.
I think they're going to probably release another trailer and maybe a release date.
Do they not have a release date? I
No,
remember
they
hearing
don't.
about Bayonetta 3 forever ago.
Yeah.
Was that at E3 the last time I heard that?
It's been at work since 2017. They've been working on it. That's when they revealed it at the 2017 Game Awards. So it's been in development for a while, and apparently it's going well. Like they've said that it's not like a problem. It's not coming out because they're running into issues. Like it's doing well. It just takes time.
Right.
So unfortunately, because I really want to play Bayonetta, it'll give me a reason to actually play the Switch. Whipping that game out. There's fucking
Oh my god, MechWarrior 5? Is that only on PC?
I don't know.
Oh man, I would want that so hard.
Yeah. Sorry, I got a page of like potential things to come up at this Gamescom. All right, so let's look at some other studios. We have EA.
Yeah,
I bet
I have
EA will
that.
they'll definitely have more on this new Star Wars game that's coming out.
Yeah, EA also is rumored, I guess, to be pushing for a separate press conference inside of Gamescom.
Oh, okay.
So they want to, I think they want to do something special. So I don't know what they're going to do with that.
Yeah, it could be a big announce, but I don't know what they would be in the like wanting to announce at this point. Like I don't know what, because EA is they publish so many different games that it's hard to kind of draw from their pool, and figure out what's going to be coming.
Yeah.
Square Enix, like I said, more FF7 stuff, some FF8 clarification, probably a release date for Crystal Chronicles Remastered on PS4.
See, Activision's definitely going to be doing that Modern Warfare 2019.
Yeah, we'll see more on that.
Bandai Namco, I'm pretty sure they have a Digimon game coming.
Yes, they do. Yeah, it's just like a weird survival game. You have to go in and it's really odd. Like I'm used to the RPG Digimon.
Wait, you looked into it?
I've read I have. Part of me wants to play the Digimon games. It's like a deep evil.
How dare
part
you
of me.
fucking speak this blasphemy?
Yeah.
You're fucking ejected.
After all
Get
we've
the
been through,
fuck out of
Yeah.
here.
In my house,
In your house?
leave my
Fuck
own
you.
fucking house. Yeah. So I mean, that's another potential one that could come out.
Oh, they also have the Dragon Ball Z game, Kakarot, that's an action RPG. That one looks pretty interesting.
Yeah, that actually looked really good. On
It kind of reminds me of those old PS2 games like Budokai Tenkaichi 3 and stuff like that. That's kind of like the vein it looks like. But it's going to be more RPG-esque, I guess. Kind of like they had some action RPGs for Dragon Ball Z on the Game Boy. There was Legacy of Goku and then Boo's Fury.
I can't remember which one I played, but I had to I would beat people up and I would grab the balls on the level. And it was like an old Game Boy game, maybe Game Boy Advance.
The balls on the level? Like, what did it look like?
It was like a side-scrolling fighter.
Side-scrolling? Okay.
And I would just go collect the...
That was probably either Dragon Ball Adventure or Dragon Ball GT something. I can't remember what it was.
Maybe. That one was actually really fun.
Probably one of those two.
I played it a lot.
Who did you play as?
I know I fought Boo,
exactly.
but I think I played as Goku. Boo is one of the ones I would fight.
Okay, now I'm thrown for a loop here. I don't know which one that is.
Yeah. I mean, we didn't get anything for Death Stranding at E3. I think they'll probably have another trailer for it. Just like a, hey, buy this game trailer, like last-ditch effort to get some more
That's
out
coming
there.
out this year, right? Isn't that what they said?
Yeah, no, it's coming out this year.
We don't have a release date yet, though, right?
No, I think it's November something.
Was it November?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they hadn't said specifically when it was coming out yet. They just
No, so
said it was.
yeah, Death Stranding has a release. It's November 8th, 2019.
Oh, November 8th. Okay.
We didn't get anything for Last of Us Part 2 really either. And I think we're going to get a release date for that. I think we need one because if the rumors about the PS5 are true, I mean, we need to start
coming out next year.
Yeah, we need to start finishing up with these last,
That's what I'm most excited about,
games.
is just learning about the new console. That and Doom Eternal 2. Other than that, there's no excitement within me.
Oh, yeah, that's another thing Bethesda's probably going to do is that Doom Eternal. Do we have a release date for Doom Eternal?
Yeah, it's coming out in October, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. October. So, yeah.
Those are the only things that bring me joy.
Not Elder Scrolls 6.
Oh, shit, no, it's November 22nd. So November is going to be...
Oh, yeah, it comes out on my sister's birthday.
November's
That's
the
when
20
I'm buying that for myself for my sister's birthday.
I will not speak to her all day.
My sister?
Yeah, this you just playing Doom.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I won't speak to your sister all day either.
Yeah, you don't
that
have
day.
to try for that.
Exactly. We'll probably see some more on that. I think we're going to get maybe another Final Fantasy like remaster that they'll try to whip up. Some.
You think another one? I don't know if they'd announce another one while they're doing a remake of Final Fantasy VII and a remaster of 8.
Yeah.
I mean, the best you could hope
mean,
for would
they're already
probably be like a 13 trilogy thing that they bring to PS4, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Well, they have to have something that they're bringing to the table, right? It can't just be all old shit.
Well, they could announce something for a new Final Fantasy. So like 15 or not 15, 16.
I don't know. I don't see him announcing
Or like
16.
some random Final Fantasy spin-off, like I don't know, World of Final Fantasy 2 or some shit.
How would you feel about that, Greg?
I don't know. Not great.
Yeah. Not great about it?
Yeah.
I kind of want to see... I would like to see something from Blizzard, but I know they're not going to go.
Yeah, they're not going to go. I hope that they soon announce something for Diablo 4, though.
Do you not... I mean, maybe
I want Diablo 4 so bad, dude.
Maybe it's too soon.
Maybe it is, but
Maybe
I want it.
You should just have a phone.
I do have a phone.
Yeah. Well, then play that mobile Diablo. Stop bitching.
I will play that game as soon as it comes out.
Speaking
I'm
of
not sure
Diablo,
it's coming out soon.
the whole first Diablo is playable on a browser now. You can just play it online.
What?
Yeah.
Pull it up.
Where? Fucking tell me where that shit is.
Saw an article on it. Diablo 1.
I found out I have Diablo 2 on a random jump drive. I don't know how I have that, but I have Diablo 2, you guys.
The sanctity of this place has been fouled. It's the best start to a Kotaku article ever.
It's because Kotaku has been fouled.
Okay, so here's what it is. If you have an actual copy of Diablo, Jesus, you can drag and drop one of the files from the game's installed folder to begin playing that version of the game in the browser instead. Okay, so you can play it in a web browser.
Oh, okay. And then you can get it for $10 on GOG. Okay.
Yeah. If you have it, though, if you have that file, you can throw it on your computer's browser, and you can just play it at work and shit. So, Cameron, you should play Diablo 1. Just get ready to fucking close.
Dude, I want to play that. I'm going to do that now.
It's a good
Actually,
game,
I
man.
Can't because I have to have internet. But
There's
soon,
no way.
when the internet is set up, I will play Diablo 1. It's been too long.
Yeah, I think Joe and I reviewed that in, like, the first year of the show, didn't we?
Yeah, you did.
So it's been a while for me as well.
And I think you did Diablo 2 in the same year.
I think so.
What?
Coming back around.
But
Cameron's clearing the table off here.
yeah, I think I'd play that too. I haven't actually played through all of the first Diablo, so
It's a good one. It's the second best Diablo.
Diablo 2 being the first best.
Yeah, I think so. 2, 1, and 3. 3 is really good too, obviously, but
This is a different kind of game.
yeah,
They
it's
are.
just a
It
simplified.
is really different. Yeah.
It's way different than 1, that's for sure. 2 and 3 are pretty close, but 3 is way more dumbed down.
2's a lot like 1.
Yeah, it is, but 1 and 3 are nowhere near each other, but 2 and 3 kind of are similar. And 1 and 2 are kind of similar, too. Like, it just keeps progressing, as things usually do. I think Diablo 4 would be amazing. I feel like it's going to be a while, though, because Blizzard just takes for fucking ever to make Diablo games.
Let's see who else is coming. Oh yeah, so CD Projekt Red is coming to Gamescom. They're going to do that Cyberpunk, obviously.
Yeah.
Crytek is going to show up for some reason. I don't know what they're going to do unless they're doing another Crysis game.
Is Crytek the one who did the game that you're playing, Cameron?
The game that I'm playing?
Yeah, the online one.
It sounds very familiar.
I think it is.
Wait, which
Yeah,
game?
Hunt Showdown.
Hunt Showdown, yeah.
Crytek is
yeah.
making. They made
Yep.
that.
Oh, interesting.
Maybe they're coming out with Hunt Showdown, the final, because they're releasing it this month, aren't they?
Yeah, maybe it's like a final trailer.
Oh, is that a?
It's beta
Oh,
technically.
okay. Yeah, maybe
it's
that's what it is.
It's a beta that's actually turning into a real game.
Oh.
Yeah, it must be. It'll be nice to actually pay for a game that'll actually become a game, and they'll just leave it as is, unlike Rust, where it changes all the time. Although that is kind of there is something to be said about that, being able to update and evolve your game.
I mean,
Just not a $40 something.
still what
So-
happens these days
Yeah,
with new games.
Yeah, they just
constantly
release-
updating and tweaking it.
yeah, they release half of it, or they mess with it and change stuff. It's all the time. That's true.
Deep Silver's coming, so probably a new Dead Island. Oh, Dead Island 2, that never came out, right?
No.
They teased that like forever ago.
Yeah. Do you think it's time for another Dead Island?
I probably.
I mean, what didn't they just barely do Dying Light 2?
No. Dying Light 2 is being done by. I think Square took over that. I think
Yeah.
I think they took over publishing that. I don't think Deep Silver made it. I think it was another company that actually made the game.
Okay. I think a second Dead Island would be fun. I played a lot of that first one on PC, quite a bit. I think.
Well, and
did
then
you
they
play
had
with me
that-
for a while, Caleb.
I tried to, yeah. And then they had that Riptide, but they didn't have a Dead Island 2. They had that one other spin-off game. I think Dead Island 2 was coming.
I think. Did they not make Dying Light? Like, am I crazy? Because I thought that was the same exact company.
Hold Hold on,
And I
I'm
mean,
gonna
Square
look
might
it
be
up.
publishing it, but that doesn't mean that they're not developing it.
Deep
And Square's
Silver
not.
publishes their own games. I don't know why they. The developer is Techland Publishing for Dying Light.
Really?
Yep.
What about and what for the other one? Is it Deep Silver?
For Dying Light 2?
No, I mean for the Dead Island.
Dead Island is Deep Silver, yeah.
I always thought it was the same thing because it's like the same exact game basically, just different setting.
No, it's not quite the same.
No parkour.
Dead Island is also more of a RPG.
Yeah,
Like
Dead Island
you
has
can
a
get
ton
some
of RPG.
skills like in Far Cry and Dying Light, but it's not quite as RPG-ish.
Yeah. True.
Let's see who else is coming. Epic Games is coming, so obviously some more Fortnite shit. Konami is coming. What is Konami projected to have? Did you see anything on them?
No, I didn't see anything on Konami.
Fucking hope it's some more Castlevania shit.
Yeah. When's the last Castlevania game that came out? Was it PS3?
No, I think it was technically. Wait, no, yeah, it was for the PS3 because it was Lords of Shadow 2.
Yeah, that would be cool.
And that was like a decade ago. I need more Castlevania, dude.
What? No, that wasn't Konami. No, wasn't it Konami? Was Silent Hill Konami?
Yes.
What about Silent Hill? What do you think? Possible Silent Hill?
Yeah, they could do. Well, I don't know. Remember that PT? That they were going to make that Silent Hill game with Guillermo del Toro. And
Yeah.
They canceled that, so maybe not.
Well, they canceled that a long time ago, though. That's basically what the new. What is it? It kind of feels like Kojima took what he wanted to do with that, and then he went and made Death Stranding almost. So I wonder how much like the Konami's willing to do another Silent Hill. Another Metal Gear would be blasphemous as well, so I doubt that will happen.
They did that Metal Gear Survive, and that got fucking destroyed by ratings.
Yeah. What else is? I don't know. I feel like Konami has been kind of out of the loop for a while, and I don't know what can really bring him back in, other than like the big ones like Metal Gear Solid and Silent Hill. But I don't see him doing Metal Gear Solid. But I think I'll predict that there's going to be a new Silent Hill. Fuck it, like why not? It's not going to hurt. And I like Silent Hill. I played 2 of them, and I thought they were both very good games.
Okay, let's see. It looks like they're projected to have Pro Edition Soccer 2019, Zone of the Enders 2, or Zone of the Enders Second Runner, and then Hyper Sports R. And then I guess they're going to have a dedicated Yu-Gi-Oh! Booth.
Yeah, trading card game.
Yep.
Yeah,
They're not fucking... they didn't... Nothing on fucking Castlevania, you fucking shitbags. Come on, I want Castlevania. Like, what the fuck? Konami, assholes.
Yeah, I could see. That's the thing. Like, they have these big series, but they're kind of buried now.
Let's see. Okay,
with Konami, they don't
Konami
have...
has Metal Gear, which they destroyed. Silent Hill, which they canceled. Contra, which they haven't made a game since I don't know when.
Yeah.
Fucking, they own Frogger, really? Oh. Fucking Castlevania, which they haven't made a game for in fucking a decade.
Which one do you see him resurrecting first between Castlevania and Silent Hill?
Probably Silent Hill.
Yeah. Yeah,
even after the popularity of that new anime.
Well, maybe. I would hope that they would bring out more shit for Castlevania because of that, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Fucking Konami and their fucking Pro Evolution Soccer.
Yeah, they love that Pez.
How dare they?
I think we're gonna get. I would like to think we're gonna get some like inside info on the PS5. Like we'll actually get a real good look at it. Like they'll talk about what they're gonna do with it, stuff like that. I think it's probably about time for that. If it's gonna come out next year, it's late this year. It's probably time to dive in, take a look at that.
Oh yeah, Konami also has Bomberman. Didn't they make a Bomberman game somewhat recently? I feel like one came out for the Switch not too long ago.
I feel like there was one, yeah.
Okay, they have Dance Dance Revolution games. So yeah, I think they're coming out with another one of those. Fucking assholes bringing out more Dance Dance Revolutions to the fucking Wii, but they can't bring out fucking Castlevania.
So angry. There's talk about a new
Dance Dance Revolution doesn't require a whole store and all that to be created.
What?
It's easier to make a Dance Dance Revolution.
Well, yeah, but still, they freaking bring it to the Wii, and they can't give me what I want. So hurtful. And they have Suikoden and Robopon. Wasn't that like the Pokemon game that people were like talking about, where you have robots? Can't remember. All right, who else is coming? All right, Microsoft is coming, so obviously Gears stuff is going to be announced.
Yeah, I think we'll see more Halo, maybe some
Halo
gameplay.
Infinite, definitely. Yeah, that one fucking misleading trailer that they had.
Yeah, that would be kind of cool. See what Halo's doing. I mean, I don't really care anymore, but
I don't think I'd play it. But
what if they announced that Fable 4?
yeah,
Ooh.
that was fabled to be being worked on.
That'd be nice.
That would be very nice.
Yeah, I'd be down to play another Fable.
Nintendo, so probably Pokemon stuff.
Definitely Breath of the Wild 2. We're gonna totally see something.
The sequel for Breath of the Wild, maybe a new Mario game.
For sure, at least.
Fucking
a
hope.
new
Yeah,
Mario
I
game.
fucking hope that they bring like Strikers back. That'd be awesome. It's like the best arcade soccer game in the world.
Is there a need for it though?
You know what? I want it to crush Pro Evolution Soccer and FIFA 20. So yeah.
I don't know if it's gonna do that, dude. The FIFA games have sold a lot of copies.
Well, I want Mario Strikers to come back, so fuck those things. What does Perfect World Entertainment do? I know I've heard that fucking name before. Are they the guys who do Guild Wars?
Neverwinter. Star Trek Online.
Maybe a Neverwinter expansion. There you go, Cam. You want to get back into Neverwinter
No,
for like a week?
because you guys
Final
will
Fantasy Type 0 online.
stay online just long enough for me to fucking grind up until I'm level 70, ready to do.
You're level 70.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
stay on just long enough for me to do that, and we're ready to do late game stuff. And you guys don't.
We played stuff. We did some late game stuff.
No, we did not.
Yeah, we did.
We
a little
started
bit.
getting into like that one dragon hot area and started doing stuff around there, but nope. That's when you guys were done.
Well, maybe we can get back into it.
Nope.
Yeah.
Not good for us.
Cameron's just like, nah, not doing this again with you, Craig.
It's not happening.
You've prison sexed Cameron. You're doing unto him what was done to you, Craig. I fucked you with the MMO, and now you're fucking Cameron with the MMO.
Well, we told him to play it for like 3 months. He finally gets into it, and then we're just like,
and then you're getting out, right? As you're
we're
getting
a
out.
little burned out now that he's like fucking finally reached level
Because
70.
Branny burns himself out by
Playing
look
it
at this
every
fun
day.
look at this fun new game. I'm gonna play it every day and throw all of my money at it. And then when it becomes a financial problem and I don't want to grind because I'm used to throwing all my money at it, then I'm decided to stop playing the game. And it's too bad he hasn't hit that with Warframe, because he's thrown all of his money at it and there isn't anything else for him to throw his money at. in that
Well,
game.
he also has like 50 people that he's playing with, so. Okay, what else? We got fucking Sega. So obviously that Bayonetta 3.
Yeah, I bet they'll talk about it.
Maybe a new Sonic thing.
I think they should give a release date for Bayonetta 3. It was supposed to come out this year. And I feel like...
It'll probably be out around November or something.
You think they'll release it this year? That'd be crazy.
I mean, if it was supposed to be out this year, then yeah.
That's what they said, but I mean, it's been in development for a while, so...
Well, I mean, November is usually the best time to release the games because it's like right before Christmas.
Yeah.
That's when I've seen a lot of games coming out, is around October and November, that time. We got Sony, so we're going to have probably some news on PS5. Last of Us 2. Maybe something from
Ghost of Tsushima?
Ghost of Tsushima.
I think we're going to get a release date for Last of Us 2 and Ghost of Tsushima. That's what I'm going to say. Ghosts of Sushi.
Ghosts of Sushi.
You remember the Ghost of Tsushima, right, Cameron? That Japanese game that Sony's making that's like really flowery and like it's like that epic scene where they're fighting and the village is on fire behind him.
Maybe.
It's like they announced it when Sekiro was announced, but like Sekiro takes like 10 minutes to make, and this game doesn't apparently. So because they're like, fuck it, just put a Japanese skin on, we'll randomly generate a map, throw some big ass bosses in, bada bing, bada boom. There's a Souls game.
Maybe they just announced that game when they were already deeper into the development or something like that.
With Sekiro, probably, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Neo 2, I think, is coming out.
Neo 2, that's another one that we might see. I think
a Spider-Man sequel might be planned, although I don't know if they'd announce it yet.
Oh, and I bet Square Enix talks about that Marvel.
Oh yeah, Square Enix is definitely going to be talking about Marvel.
And I
Marvel
honestly,
Avengers.
dude, I feel like they missed a big opportunity by not having that game out like right now. Because Marvel just barely had their peak, the pinnacle of all.
Well, they
Marvel
did
universe.
have that Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 as a Switch exclusive. So,
Oh, really?
yeah.
I guess that's.
I
kind of
doubt
their
they
attempt.
wanted to release another game like right next to that. So,
What was the company we were talking about before this?
Perfect World.
No. There was a
Sega?
game that was on the. No, there was one that was on the top of my tongue as we were talking, and I lost it.
Sony, Square, Konami.
Sekiro. Oh, it's
Sekiro.
the Elden Rings. The Elden
Elden
Rings. I think we'll get more on
from
Elden Ring.
yeah,
From Software.
Dude, I really hope that From Software is also working on Armored Core 6.
They do a Vroom. It's like their race car division. The Vroom. From Vroom Software.
From or From To.
Exactly.
To From.
I think we'll get something else from them. Definitely.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll be like a release date or anything yet. I think we'll probably get that maybe E3 next year, and then they'll release it like a couple months later, like towards the end of the console. Really big ones, though, that I really want to see. Last of Us for sure.
Yeah.
I think Gears 5 or 4 or whatever the fuck. It's 5.
It's 5.
We should.
And then
They
that
should
Gears
have a release
Tactics
date.
will probably have something.
Yeah. I bet. Let's see. Bethesda's coming, right?
Bethesda, yeah.
I think we'll get something for Elder Scrolls 6 because they announced it a bit ago.
Well, they
got
showed
that trailer.
They showed that they were working on it at E3.
Yeah.
So,
I think we'll get more on that because it's been a few months.
I don't think we'd get anything more. I mean, it's only been a few months.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean they
Like,
really
we've decided to make it an MMO.
there wasn't even like a trailer. They were just like, yeah, we're working on it.
Yeah.
So I don't know how far into development they actually are for that.
Oh, what about like ridiculous? How about a Elder Scrolls Blades 2?
I don't think Elder Scrolls Blades is even out yet.
Oh,
so,
seriously? They should just announce the second one then. Like, hey, we're making Elder Scrolls Blades 2.
Yeah, we're already working on the sequel to this game that's not out yet.
Exactly. That's a genius idea.
I think that was coming to Switch as well.
Yeah.
I don't really like them making like phone games and then bringing them to consoles.
No, that seems like it's kind of ripping you off.
Yeah. And then We got that THQ Nordic. I don't know what they might be doing other than maybe like another Darksiders game.
Yeah, another one though, really?
Well, they just had Darksiders 3, and there's going to be at least one more because they got to have the other horseman.
Or horse person.
Well, I mean,
Horse person.
No, it's a dude.
Well, the last one was normally a dude too, right?
No, the last one was a chick.
Yeah, but like in the lore, they're all horsemen.
Yeah, but they also fucked up the what it was supposed to be anyway, because it's supposed to be war, famine, death, and pestilence, but in the Darksiders games, it's war, death, fury, and strife, which are basically the same thing as war. So fuck that. I know Jake is probably going to be angry when he listens to this episode because I've already bitched about this multiple times.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like it's they changed it so they could be lazy as fuck. Because they're like, I don't know how to make a game style for characters like famine and pestilence. Although they totally fucking could, because it'd be awesome and magic based.
Yeah, it would just be a magic based game.
You could just do fucking poison and shit for pestilence. Bring in a swarm of rats or bugs and shit. That would be fucking awesome.
Yeah, that would be bitchin'.
And then famine, you could I don't know, get more power after you eat people or whatever. It'd be fucking awesome. But whatever,
famine, it would be fun if it was the you remember that browser McDonald's minigame that was a farming sim, and you had to create your McDonald's and hire employees to make the burgers and kill the cows, and it was the whole game. It'd be kind of like that, but the opposite. So you're trying to
No.
kill crops.
You're supposed to kill crops? No,
Yeah.
dude. It would be
you control the locust horde with magic-based combat.
The whole thing would be the Ring of Lucius from Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah,
where you
you
just drain people and they get really skinny.
Yeah, you can drain whole crops, entire fields. You just drain their life force, and it just sucks it out.
Yeah, see, there's options
That would be
available,
fucking cool. And
yeah,
it doesn't have to be the same style of game. That's the thing about
they can
series. They can be whatever you want.
Well, they can even still be hack and slash. They just have to have different powers. I know, it's
Yeah. Or maybe he has a sword. He has a weapon, and then he also has his magic, and he uses the magic to cause pestilence.
yeah. I just don't know why they got to be like that.
I just don't know.
Yeah,
Dude, that sounds fucking sweet. Just having a horde of locusts.
yeah.
And the frogs and everything, all the Old Testament shit that Ramses the First had to deal with, from God getting pissed at his people being enslaved, all of that at your arsenal. The fuck, man, that sounds like a bitchin' game.
Yeah,
What the
and
fuck?
it was fucking ridiculous too. Because I was talking to somebody who was playing that Darksiders 3, and they were like, "Yeah, Fury is actually the strongest one." They say that in the game, and I'm like, "How is Fury the strongest one? How is anyone stronger than Death? That doesn't make any sense to me at all."
It doesn't. It doesn't
The
work.
dude's name is literally fucking Death. He's the aspect of Death. You can't be stronger than Death. It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it doesn't. No, death is the ultimate power.
Yeah, war leads to death, famine leads to death, pestilence leads to
All
death.
roads
You know
lead
what
to
doesn't
death.
lead to death? Fucking strife and fury.
Yeah,
They just don't fit.
strife is just inconvenience. Fury is what happens after the inconvenience.
Yeah,
Those don't lead to death.
yeah, and then fury
couldn't
leads
strife
to
and
war.
Fury lead to war.
I mean, yeah,
Good.
And
but
war leads to death.
But death is the ultimate, and all of them need to lead to death. Because death is supposed to be the leader.
All kneel at death's feet.
Yeah.
I don't know why they chose the second game when they were gonna do 4 with death. Why would you not fucking save
Yeah,
death?
why
to the
why
end?
not cap it off with
God.
the ultimate being?
Yeah, and then said they're second game, fuck it, here's death. I mean, I wonder if they were
I mean, death is cool in that game, but I wish he was more I don't know. He just doesn't play like you'd figure death to play. He's got those 2 tiny little sights that he like hits people with. He has like other weapons you can use, but you'd want to have like a big ass scythe being able to like float around and shit, be death. But you can't. You just can't be death.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Darksiders 4 probably. What else does THQ do?
I know they did the Red Faction games.
Oh, aren't they
Before.
doing another remake or something of those?
Dude, I remember seeing something on a Red
new
Faction.
one. Yeah, I remember hearing something recently, like a new Red Faction or a remake of a Red Faction or something was coming out. Or are they just remaking the first one? I can't remember what it was.
Red Faction Guerrilla Remastered Edition.
No, that already came out.
Yeah, it totally did. PS4 Pro. I feel like I remember something new.
Dude, I don't think From Software is coming to Gamescom.
Oh, there's a leak. Red Faction Evolution, apparently. I don't remember hearing anything about that before.
I remember hearing something about a new Red Faction.
I think it was a rumor. So it's a rumor and a leak.
Okay, so
You know how
possibly a new Red Faction game.
That would be so awesome with like the next gen consoles. Did you ever play those games, Cameron? Red Faction?
I only played the first one's demo.
Like the destructible environments and shit. That would be really cool with like a high end
Going
machine.
through everything with a sledgehammer.
Yeah.
If they put like the
that ain't the first one, but
combining like Red Faction with
It's way
with
cooler
Just
looking than the
Cause
first
would be like the greatest combination. In the
yeah,
world.
you just like a mayhem center. You just destroy everything.
You could destroy everything. Like you could fly around this fucking massive open world. It'd be amazing.
I think we're gonna get something from Red Faction for sure.
Yeah,
Like I think there's almost no denying.
dude, a fusion of those two games could be like the ultimate dig around game.
Also, they are owned by Deep Silver, and that's what I believe I just read. So
And then Ubisoft, of course, being the last. I know that they're probably going to have something for that Assassin's Creed Ragnarok. I don't know what else they would bring out.
I think they'll probably announce.
Wasn't there
Far Cry.
Wasn't there another Ghost Recon that was coming out?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they'll have
so
more
probably
on that.
that Assassin's Creed and then Ghost Recon.
I think they're going to announce the next Far Cry.
They also have that Watch Dogs thing. Watch Dogs Legion.
Yeah,
They'll probably
So they
reveal
have-
more Modern Warfare stuff as well. Be a
For
little bit more from that
Activision?
game, Activision.
Yeah.
yeah. What do you guys think though? Do you think they're going to do another Far Cry, or is like because I mean the new Assassin's Creeds they're pretty close to Far Cry in like a bunch of ways, right? They have kind of similar gameplay mechanics as far as like spying on people.
Well,
and
they
stuff
just
like
had that Far Cry New Dawn, so they're. I think we'll probably like wait a year or so.
Far Cry New Dawn, is it the newest one?
Yeah,
Oh, see, I was thinking it
and
was
that
still
Far Cry New Dawn is a sequel to 5.
Is it a full game or is it like?
It's a full game.
Oh, then never mind.
It was like a one of those ones that was priced at $40 when it came out.
Oh, okay, so it's
Because
kind of
basically
a full game.
the thing that Far Cry likes to do is have like the game and then like the sub game come out.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool if we got another Primal or like in that vein of Far Cry where it's like the olden days. I think those would be really cool. They have the potential to be awesome. Like maybe even one that's like, I don't know, like ancient Rome or something like that with like a Far
And
Cry.
it would really start to blur the lines between Assassin's Creed and Far Cry.
Yeah, you really fucking would. Climbing shit. It's like, I feel like I've done this before.
Far Cry Civil War.
Yeah, Far Cry Creed. Odyssey.
Yeah, that'd be funny though.
I feel like they already do that, though, and that's one of the things I don't like about game companies. And this is something that I saw someone complaining about on the web. They were like, well, this game had this feature, but the next one didn't. And I'm like, can't games just have their own identity? Like, can't you just do something with, like, Resident Evil 6, and then, like, Resident Evil 7 doesn't have it? Not that it couldn't have it, but, like, it doesn't need it. You know, and I feel like Square Enix does this a lot, where like they come out with Final Fantasy 15 and they have this cool little like in-game picture feature and like music selector and stuff like that, and then they come out with Kingdom Hearts 3 and then they do it
the
again.
exact same thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, why can't you just leave it as Final Fantasy 15 had this cool thing? Now it's like, oh well, now it's almost expected that the next games that they come out with are going to have that as well, and it's like, why? It's okay to have a game that holds up because it has an interesting feature that no other game has. Like, you don't have to fucking give it all to every single game going forward. And I feel like that's what Ubisoft does. Like, watching you play that Assassin's Creed, like it's got all of these elements from Far Cry. The Odyssey, I think, the first new one, like since the reboot. But like you control a hawk
since the reboot.
Since they rebooted the Assassin's Creeds.
Oh, so the first new one would be Origins.
Origins, yeah. So Origins,
and that one had a crossover with 15.
I know exact. See, fucking, it's infectious.
You could get the Ultimate Blade or the one.
Oh, no cup noodle.
No,
that's
no cup
fucking
noodle.
lame. It'd be sweet if you could do cup noodle.
Dude, there's like a fucking retarded cutscene in that too. Like when you find the thing. There's like the hieroglyphics of like Noctis fighting Arden.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then there's like a freaking stupid cutscene of like Arden being awoken in the world of Assassin's Creed, and I was like, how did he fucking get here? Does that mean like Assassin's Creed and Final Fantasy 15 takes place in the same fucking place?
So that means 15 is connected to 4 and Lightning Returns because they're all on Earth, and Spirits Within, confirmed. Which also means...
And Assassin's Creed is also in the same place?
Yeah, so Assassin's Creed is canonically Final Fantasy, and now we have to play it for the Final Fantasy podcast.
There you go.
And then it
Now
could
you
also be canonically Kingdom Hearts then.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Yeah, because there's a connection there. So today, next Kingdom Hearts game, don't be surprised if you find Bayek. He's going to be in there.
Yeah.
Maybe Altair.
It does bother me though, like, because that's what keeps you coming back to some of those older games, you know, because they have like, oh, that's a really cool mechanic, like Metal Gear Solid 3, with you like can shoot animals and capture food in the game. You can like trap animals and go back and eat them, and like over time, as your PlayStation 2's clock ticks on, the animals will like go rotten in your inventory, and like you can't eat them. You have to go out and collect more, or you'll get sick. And there's even a boss fight where like you can outweight him because he's super old, and he'll just die of old age before you actually have to kill him. So then like cool stuff like that was so awesome in 3, and then when they made 4, they didn't have it. But like it doesn't make 4 a bad game. It's just like, yeah, that was a cool idea that we had. We rolled with it for that game, and then we moved on. You know, and fucking Ubisoft is just like like a snowball rolling
does it
down a
across
mountain.
like multiple series, not just like within one.
And that almost makes it kind of worse, because then it's like, why fucking play some of these other games?
They started like that Towers thing. Like every game started doing the Towers thing.
Yeah, fuck.
And it started in Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
I'm fairly certain that's where it began.
No, it did.
And
The
then
synchronization
and then
points.
Ubisoft went full on with that by doing that
every
in
game.
every Far Cry.
I mean, it makes
And then
sense.
and until
but
5, and then 5 had the fucking joke about it too. They were like, you had to do one tower, and they were like, all right, don't worry, we're not going to make you do this for the rest of the fucking time.
Yeah. Like, and it makes sense because you're getting a layout of the land, but like, you're just a normal guy. Like, who the fuck is going to memorize their surroundings to that detail?
What do your eagle eyes see?
Yeah.
It was pretty good in Primal though, because like those spots became like the fast travel spots.
Yeah,
which
yeah.
isn't necessarily the way it is in every game.
No, that's true.
But Primal even had it.
Yeah, I kind
It
of.
was mostly just like rock faces that you'd climb up or whatever, or just random campfire spots.
I kind of miss Primal. I think it'd be cool to have like another game of that type set in the ancient world. I don't know if they're going to make another one going that far back though. As far as like Far Cry is concerned, but you never know. Primal was an offshoot. It's not a numbered Far Cry, so it could. But do you think we'll get any specs from any other next gen consoles, like any true announcements, anything like that. Like we'll probably see the Switch.
Honestly, for Gamescom, I don't think we'll see anything for consoles. I think it's mostly just going to be game announcements and like more stuff for that. Like console-wise, I feel like either Nintendo or Sony or Microsoft will wait till like next E3, or they'll have their own press conference for it.
Well, if it's coming out in 2019 or 2020, if the PS5 comes out 2020, do you really think the other guys like Nintendo? I mean, Nintendo doesn't care because they put 2 systems out in one generation, so they don't give a fuck. But like, do you think Microsoft would really wait that long? I mean, because E3 is in June.
E3 is in June, but
they could wait, and then they could release the console later because you don't always win the console war by rushing to market. I mean, the Dreamcast was the first one.
They usually want to put
worst.
them out around when Christmas is, so around like November is generally what I'm thinking for both consoles.
So you think they're both going to do it then?
So I think they're both going to wait. Microsoft will probably announce it before Sony and before E3 because they love doing that shit. But I think Sony is going to wait for the surprise like they did with the PS4, where they're like, oh yeah, Microsoft doing this, and then they're like, oh yeah, and by the way, we're going to be $100 cheaper.
Yeah.
I think they're going to do the mic drop moment
That
again
Sony
at
did.
E3.
Our new console can do this, and it can do that, and it's better than this, and it's going to be cheaper.
Our console will suck you off.
Yeah. I loved how Sony did that to Microsoft last time. They were like, oh, and by the way, it's $100 less. I can imagine like everyone being like, what? No, it's not. It's the same price. Everyone's like freaking out, and the guy's like, just go with me on this one. Like, we're going to be the fastest selling console in history.
The fact that like Microsoft came out before and they're like, yeah, it's going to be like $499, and then Nintendo or Sony like a few hours later, oh yeah, $399.
Yeah.
And in that moment, they destroyed Microsoft.
They really did, yeah.
But yeah, I think that they're going to wait for that for E3. So I don't really expect to see any console information. Microsoft will probably like talk about it a little bit, but I think Sony will be closed-lipped or closed-mouthed on it.
Okay.
Tight-lipped, whatever the fuck you'd say for that.
Yeah. I don't know if I have any other predictions. I'm excited to see what we get. I mean, because I kind of felt like E3 was sort of a letdown this last year.
Yeah, it was a lot of announcements of stuff that we already knew was coming out.
Yeah, I mean,
Nintendo won, and that's only because they kept announcing stuff that we already knew was coming out.
Yeah, and it's happening because we're at the end of the console life. Like, this is the end of the generation. It's when we're going to start seeing the really big games.
What I really want to see
define
is some new
consoles.
IPs being announced.
Yeah. That would be cool from Capcom, like you mentioned before the show. That might be one of the things that comes up with those guys.
Yeah, I would like some new IPs, maybe resurgences of some older ones that haven't been touched in a while. That would be cool.
Resident Evil Outbreak, yeah.
Yeah, Resident Evil Outbreak.
Agreed.
fucking Konami, like, giving Castlevania to someone more worthy.
They'll never give it up, man.
No, they won't.
They'll keep it, and they'll drive it into the
they'll-
ground like
they'll-
they always do.
Yeah, I want. God, I wish if I was rich enough to buy Konami, I would.
God.
I would do it. I would do it so like I could make them a better company.
Yeah.
And then Castlevania would come out.
Would it, though?
Yeah, it would. I would
Sure
make
of that?
sure of it.
You positive about that, Greg?
Yeah, I am. I am very positive about that. Although they did have that Castlevania collection come out, so I'm hoping that they bring out like a Castlevania collection 2, kind of like they've been doing that the Mega Man Legacies, you know.
Yeah.
If they have like a second volume where they have those Game Boy Advanced ones, where there's like Harmony of Dissonance, Aria of Sorrow, those games, Circle of the Moon, like that would be fucking amazing, and I would buy that in an instant.
Yeah. What about like remasters of old games from those guys?
Of Konami?
Yeah. Do you think Konami would be down for that? Because I know they put. I mean, you can get Symphony of the Night, but it's not really remastered.
Symphony of the Night is really the only one that they've ever like had come out multiple times. I don't think Konami has really done any remasters of any kind.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, they've had it available on the store for mostly Symphony of the Night and some of the other ones, but I don't think they've ever remastered. That's a good point.
Yeah, they brought out that one multiplayer Castlevania game, and that one's still only available on like PS3 and Xbox.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I really do hope that they bring out some more Castlevania shit or release another Castlevania Legacy, because that's the first time that I've seen that they brought those games over, and they even brought Kid Dracula over, which was not released here.
Oh, that's cool. That's a good way to do those ones that were released internationally. Pull them over when you do a bundle or something like that.
Yeah. Some of those PS2 ones being remastered in a collection too would be cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Definitely. I really want to see those Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance games coming up though. That's what I want.
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't feel like they do those very often.
I need them to be in the next collection for Castlevania.
I feel like that's not going to happen.
Dude, Harmony of Dissonance, Circle of the Moon, and Aria of Sorrow are like the best
Game Boy games.
Yeah, dude. They're among them anyway.
All right. You guys got anything else? Cameron, you got any predictions? I think we got it pretty much covered.
Yeah, I mean, as far as predictions go, I'm not very good at that, just because I'm not keeping up to date on like the wide range of different games out there. I just got my few favorites that I hope to see something really cool happen about them. More excited again for the console. But yeah.
All right. Hopefully we get a lot of deets on the PS5. I want to know. I want to see it.
And yeah, excited to see how this new console generation is going to go. Are we leaning more towards streaming, or yeah? I just want to know what's happening.
Yeah, I honestly, I'm not going to be. I expect it to kind of become almost like a sort of pseudo PC at some point, where you're just buying the new upgrades to get the new system.
So at some point, you expect it to become modular.
Yeah.
I would like
so.
PlayStation Now to morph into something more along the lines of what the Game Pass is for Xbox. That would be nice.
I don't know, man. Do you think... I think the reason why I think Microsoft did that is because they know they're losing, so they can afford to have an amazing Game Pass.
They have a similar thing. It's just that you can't download all the games on PlayStation Now, and a lot of them are PS3 games. And so if you could play all of the games, it'd be nice.
Yeah, there are a lot.
Less based on streaming and more for download until you beat it would be a lot better.
Yeah, I don't like stream. I mean, I've never had problems with streaming, but I don't particularly like the idea of it as much. But I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out what's going on in a week and a day. So cool. You guys good? You got anything else, Craig? Any final thoughts? Final predictions? Anything wild?
Anything wild?
Yeah.
Like what?
Grand Theft Auto 6.
Grand Theft Auto 6, yeah, that will probably show up, though. They've confirmed that they're developing that.
Well, I'm sure they are. But, I mean...
And, considering that Grand Theft Auto 5 came out on PS3 and PS4.
It's probably time.
It's probably going to be, yeah. They like to release it in the in-between time.
Because Red Dead came out on PS3.
Yeah.
Red Dead 2 is PS4, so like you should have one game per console generation.
Yeah, they're gonna have that crossover with that 6 again.
I could see it.
Yeah,
as long as it doesn't get delayed, I could see it.
Just wants I want some Castlevania and some new IPs for Capcom. Some more Mega Man.
Just kidding. Before we All do right, Hog well, League, guys, there you go, guys. One, let's
Forced
do
entry for Caleb
some
Craig
Hog
and
League.
Caleb
It's
Schweiss.
elimination time. Oh man, this one's kind of a doozy, honestly. Like it's got
doozy.
It's got some
Really?
games on it that are brutal seeming. Greg, go
Yeah,
ahead.
so we have a forced entry from Keo Live at Home. The votes are Duke Nukem Forever, House of the Dead Overkill, 50 Cent, Blood on the Sand. I'm guessing that was for Schweiss. And Cold Fear.
Yeah, here is his justification. He said, there are other games that I think you guys shouldn't miss, but these are the ones that I really think you should check out. And yes, I legitimately think that 50 Cent needed to be on here, not just for Schweiss's sake. Cheers, Keo.
Keo, I don't know what you mean by this. Like, what do you want me to play 50 Cent for?
He told me it was for us because he thinks I will appreciate them and you will probably hate them, Greg. That is his justification.
Okay, so he literally put it so that I would hate it.
He knew you would.
Why do you guys do this to me? Why do you feel the justification to make me hate? I don't want to play games that I hate.
Yeah.
I want to play games that I like.
Well, I mean, I don't know what to tell you, man. Just fucking foster a relationship of love with the listeners, and we can do just
And
that.
I feel like it's because people like to listen to me rage. I feel like that maybe I should just stop. I should become a cold, unfeeling monster, and so like all my reviews are just like dead inside.
Yeah, everything's 7 out of 10.
Yeah, so they can't just fucking bank on my rage anymore.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a really good strat. I think you should try that strat out.
I don't know how this is gonna be though. Although I'm 90% sure that 50 Cent is gonna win this time.
You think so?
It was pretty close last time it was put up.
Yeah, but that was a long time ago, and there was a lot of corruption last time it was put up. Right now,
No, I'm pretty sure it was. That one was also on Twitter, wasn't it?
no, it might have been actually. Oh no, it was. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a close fight.
Yeah, it was close.
So right now we have 6 votes: 50 Cent, Blood in the Sand with 5 of them, and House of the Dead Overkill with 1. So this is still early. It's going to have 100+ votes, I'm sure. I will bring 50 in again and see if I can get him to vote on it. And then 50 Cent, Blood in the Sand will get like 2 million votes. And then everything else is like 17 to 20. I don't think he cares about the game, though, enough to like actually go out of his way to help us out.
Probably
To help a fellow 50 Cent fan like myself out.
Well, even if he voted for it, it would only be worth 1 vote.
Right, but if he retweeted it and said, hey, you guys should vote on this,
That would be disgusting.
mega crush. Anyway, guys, now I'm going to do some Hog League. Thank you. Go out there.
What
Go
about
vote
the
at New
drawing?
Clan Podcast. That's right. We have a drawing for the month of July. Thank you all, every single patron. Thank you guys. You guys are awesome. By the way, you guys are awesome. Like, really, it's so cool that you guys take the time to give us cash to keep our show running. I'm going to thank each and every one of you now. Junk Food King, Skull Hottie, Rathmus, Chase Arizona, DK Asuno, Keoki, Eric Harrelson, Jared Carpino, Lala Neogoze, Sear, Kelsey Rose, Jared Leach, Douglas Hopkins, Troy Kavanaugh, Jim Lee, Austin Bracken, Digimass, Alex Rad, Stephen Huffman, William Flores, Joseph Edward Elmore, David Portnow, Penguin Mage, James Gameboy, Ryan McPherson, Suzanne Bardley, Victor Hart, Angry Ass Black Dude, CA, Brad Perrick, and Ainsley. Thank each and every one of you for your support, and everyone else that's ever supported the show. We really, really, really fucking appreciate it. But the winner for this month's drawing, our very own Troy Kavanaugh. So, Troy, get with me. We'll get you a game. Hot ticket ones right now, probably Mortal Kombat 11 on the PS4. That's probably the biggest one. Got a copy of the Digimon game that we just barely played through. That's another big one. And yeah, a couple others. Oh, Legend of Dragoon. That's a classic. If you haven't played that, it's got a nice PS1 copy just waiting, just looking hunting for a good home, that home could be you. So let us know, man. Thank you again to everybody for your support, and especially Troy Kavanaugh. Congratulations on the win yet again. And we will talk to you guys later. Let's do the semifinal round of Hog League. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Hog League, the semifinal round. This is where it all ends for two teams, and but two will move on to face off in the final. I fucked up a bunch of times, and I'm counting all of the weeks leading up to this week's points as 1 week, and then I'm also counting those points in the final matchup next week. So all the points that are scored by the two winning teams will go towards that final tally at the end of next week's episode. So, guys, semifinal round: Matunica's Heroes versus the Doesn't Counts. Craig and the Bitches against Thy Death Squad. First matchup: Matunica's Heroes take it. It's a huge hit. Both teams scored an amazing amount of points. Matunica's Heroes, though, 54-67 against a very respectable, extremely high, hard-hitting 38-59. Great work, Jake. Great work, Angry Ass Black Dude. You guys were in a pretty bad spot, and you made it to the semifinals, and you made a pretty goddamn good shot at the final. Next matchup, Thy Death Squad against Craig and his bitches. Craig apparently hasn't logged in some time and didn't know that his team was in the finals. So lovely, Craig. Great work. They fall handily to Matunica's Heroes to the tune of 620 versus 5,467. So the final round will feature Matunica's Heroes facing off against Thy Death Squad. And guys, when I said I was going to make it fair, I meant it. So all 4,154 points and from Death Squad and all of the points from Matunica's Heroes, the 54-67, will go towards next week's final tally. So get your shit hogged. This is going to be it's quite the comeback for Death Squad to overcome. But since I fucked up earlier, I decided I'm going to just have a huge compilation of all of the points to make it more fair. So guys, get in, log your hog, catch up, and surpass. I know you guys can do it. You've done more than that in a week very easily. Get out there, get your hog in, and let's see who's going to take the championship home for Hog League Season 1. Thank you guys so much for playing, all of you. I know not everyone still logs their hog. I know not everyone's logged their hog all season, but please, it's never too late to start. It's a lot of fun. It's really addicting, and it's a great way to keep track of all the media you've consumed throughout the year. I love doing rankings of stuff. The Hogib app helps us do that very easily. We just go through and we look at all the movies we watched, and then you rank them against each other. If you're into that. If not, I mean, you can still see everything you've done for the year. So hogib.herokuapp.com. Please go there. Please sign up. Get your points. Get your hog. And guys, get out of here. We'll talk to you again next week. Live always in the nude.
Yeah!